Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Alliance Holiday Tournament from Alliance, Nebraska. We're here to bring you basketball action between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Glad to have you along with us here on this cold, wintry, and windy day. And if you're at home watching this broadcast, congratulations, and certainly glad to have you along with us on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. Mustangs come into today's game with a record of 3-3, facing off against the Bridgeport Bulldogs team with an identical 3-3 record. The big difference being that the Mustangs started the season off against three teams with a combined record to this point of the season of 15-2. The Mustangs lost those three games against Hemingford, Chadron, and Ainsworth. But after they got past that rough stretch to start the season, they've gone on a three-game win streak to even their record at 3-3. They knocked off Hyannis, then they went on the road and took down Bennett County, and finally on the road again when they traveled to Mullen last Saturday and defeated a 6-1, at that time was a 6-0 Mullen team, and they beat them 39-26 to even their record at 3 wins and 3 losses. Bridgeport on the season with 3 wins against their 3 losses. They opened the season with a win against the Layton Warriors, and then, they opened the season with a loss to Layton. Then they rattled off 3 in a row as they beat Bayard twice and Sutherland, Class D1 Sutherland, once. Then they have lost their last 2 as they lost at Gearing, and they lost to a very good Hemingford Bobcat squad as well. So both teams come into today's game with a record of 3-3. We are under 10 minutes to the opening tip of today's ball game. We'll step aside, and we'll be right back with some starting lineups after this. Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides and Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides and Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game. And when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Well, welcome back, everyone, to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. I am Clint Anderson, and glad to be here in Alliance with you today to bring you today's action. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups for both teams as we're about 7 minutes and 30 seconds away from game action here this afternoon. For the Mustangs, a very similar looking lineup to what you've seen so far this season. The Mustangs will send their starting 5 out to the floor. Those will be number 11, Haley Saar. She is a 5'7 senior. Number 12, Denny Jacobson, is a 5'9 senior. Number 13, Josie Perez, is a 5'9 sophomore. She leads the team in scoring with 16 points and 7 rebounds a game. Number 21, Ashton Sassy, is a 5'8 junior. And number 22, Carly Hinn, is a 5'11 sophomore. And as we look at rebounders, the Mustangs pretty evenly distributed there with the rebounds. Denny Jacobson pulls down 7 a game, Josie Perez with 7, and Carly Hinn with 7 rebounds per game as well. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, will technically be the home team today, though we're both on the road. They're wearing the home whites. Bridgeport starters for this afternoon, 5'2" Cassidy Kildow. She's number 1. Number 5 is Brooke Harding. She stands 5'7". I apologize, we don't have grades to go along with these young ladies for Bridgeport this afternoon. Number 11 is 5'5" Cassidy Mitchell. Number 12 is 5'7" Megan Dudden, and number 23 is 5'4" Olga Aguilar. If those names sound familiar, they should. All 5 of those girls played a year ago, and some familiar faces for these Mustangs as they get ready to take on the Bridgeport Bulldogs. 6 minutes on the dot left before the start of today's basketball action between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. We'll step aside, and we'll be back in just a minute here on the SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014.
Hi, Jordan Molesky, Marketing Manager for Mower Conditioners here at New Holland. For years, operators have been dancing around necessary blade changes, particularly when they get to the end of the field cuts. A damaged blade leaves streaks and a poor quality of cut. So today, we're going to teach you a new 3-step to quick blade changes to maximize your cutting quality. A unique feature of the Quick Max blade change system is that discs are positioned at 45-degree angles to the cutter bar, rotating the discs into a common orientation, allowing me to easily change this knife and this knife without rotating the cutter bar. Unlike competitive systems available on the market, all the blades on this machine can be changed with just one cutter bar rotation. Quick Max is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, insert the tool and then pry down. Step 2, remove the blade, flip it to a fresh cutting edge, reinsert the blade, and then step 3, remove the tool. It's just that easy. Let's take a moment to talk about how Quick Max works. The Quick Max system utilizes the special spring steel retainer, an exclusive patented New Holland blade bolt design that's elliptical for excellent blade retention. The Quick Max system is available on our center pivot, Discbind 313 and 316 model disc mower conditioners, as well as our Durabind 416 and 419 self-propelled speed rower disc headers. The new Quick Max system works with knives you already have. No special knives are required. The Quick Max system works with any available blades for your New Holland Discbind 313, 316, as well as Durabind disc heads for speed rowers, so that your special tool is always handy. It stores conveniently on the side of the head, and both self-propelled windrowers and center pivot Discbind disc mower conditioners. There is a retrofit kit available for all machines equipped with the Momax 2 disc cutter bar. The kit is available for your New Holland dealer to upgrade prior production models to be outfitted with the Quick Max system. Visit your local New Holland dealer today to find out more about Quick Max for your mower conditioner.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Minute and a half to the opening tip-off of today's basketball action between Gordon-Rushville and Bridgeport. Let's take a quick rundown of sponsors of today's game. Essence in Gordon, First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart of Gordon, Sides and Milburn Ford of Rushville, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment of Gordon. So glad to have you along with us today, along with our camera person Gracie Perez, doing a great job of running the camera for us today. Every place we go is a little bit different setup, and you'll notice by the camera angle today that we are set up at the end of the court. That's just the way things are here in Alliance, and so we'll do our level best to give you the best shots possible here without making your eyes go too crazy zooming in and out here, but that's kind of what we're dealt with here in Alliance. Certainly a nice place to play and a good facility and great people helping get things up and going for us here today. So bear with us with the camera angle as the Mustangs will be in the near court for the first half, but they will be at the far end during the second half. And like I say, by that time, we should have the kinks worked out and ready to bring you some great camera angles for today's basketball action. Just about ready to get things underway here. We should have a national anthem and some starting lineups coming momentarily.
Sportsmanship has in high school activities. Please treat the officials, opposing players, and fans with proper respect. Thank you. In today's first game, we have the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. First for Gordon-Rushville, coached by Randy Herbert,
so we'll
assisted
turn
by
it over
Ashley Anderson.
Public address announcer for
5'7" senior, number 11,
introductions here.
5'9" senior, number 12, Debbie Jacobson. 5'7" sophomore, number 13, Josie Perez. 5'7" junior, number 21, Ashton Sassy. And 5'11" sophomore, number 22, Carly Hinn.
Those are the starters for the Mustangs.
And now for Bridgeport.
Haley Sarr, Denny Jacobson, Josie Perez, Ashton Sassy, and Carly Hinn.
5'7" senior, number 1, Cassidy Kildown. 5'7" senior, number 5, Brooke Harding. 5'5" senior, number 11, Cassidy Mitchell. 5'7" senior, number 12, Megan Dutton. And 5'4" senior, number 23, Olga Aguilar. Bridgeport will be home on the scoreboard.
So apparently we don't have a national anthem here this afternoon. So diving right into basketball action as we get things started. Again, the Mustangs come into this game, as do the Bridgeport Bulldogs, with identical 3-3 records. We're ready to get things started. Carly Hinn in the circle. She'll get ready to jump it up against Megan Dudden. And we are ready to go. The tip is controlled by the Mustangs' Ashton Sassy. She'll bring it up the court, and the Mustangs go to work on offense here in the first quarter. They work at the free throw line to Hinn. She looks, kicks it out for Perez. Perez on the right wing, tries to go inside. That's kicked out of bounds, and that is Cassidy Mitchell on the defense there. Mustangs will have the ball out of bounds on the end line. Just 15 seconds gone in the first quarter here. They inbound the ball to Denny Jacobson, steps back, and she's partially blocked, and it's picked up and brought the other way by Cassidy Kildow for the Bulldogs. No score here in the early going. Mustangs come out in the in a zone defense, and there's Ashton Sassy with the early takeaway. Ashton Sassy, coast to coast, lays it up and can't get it to go, but there's Josie Perez with the rebound and the putback. Mustangs on the board first, 2-0 after the offensive rebound and the made basket on the breakaway by Josie Perez. Kildow sets it up. Mustangs in a 1-2-2 zone now. They play several different kinds of zone defense, and that time Megan Dudden finds a hole, cuts to the basket, and we're tied at 2. Sassy sets it up for the Mustangs. Gets it across to Sarr on the right wing. Into the free throw line, that's Hinn, puts it on the floor. Now she'll kick it out to Perez. Perez drives in, kicks it out for Jacobson. She puts it on the floor. Now she finds Hinn. Hinn looks, has it tipped away, and a scramble for it. It's going to be out of bounds off of Brooke Harding, and the Mustangs maintain possession with 6:39 to go in the first quarter. They inbound it to Hinn. Sassy back to Saar on the wing. Up top, three-pointer on the way by Josie Perez. In and out, no good. And we're going to have a foul against one of the Mustangs here. I believe we're going to get Carly Hinn picks up her first foul of the afternoon. 6:30 to go, and we are tied at 2. Kildow has it and brings it up the floor for the Bulldogs. They work it inside to Aguilar. She kicks it back out. Skip pass across. Shot up, misses everything. Rebound that time by Dudden. She goes back up, and she'll have 2 free throws as she is fouled by Josie Perez. She picks up her first, second team foul now on the Mustangs. So Dudden makes the first. And one more on the way, and they're both good. 4-2 now, Bridgeport with the lead. So Sassy works against Aguilar, drives all the way into the paint, and we're going to get a foul on Bridgeport as somebody reached in on Ashton Sassy. That's going to be Aguilar. She picks up her first foul of the afternoon. They try to get it in, but stolen away by Dudden. She throws it right back to Ashton Sassy. They work it down low for Carly Hinn. Up and good. Tied at 4. Just under 6 to go in the first quarter. Kildow sets it up. Now she goes left side for Mitchell. Mitchell back to Kildow. Down low for Dudden. Back up to Kildow. Swings it across. That's Mitchell. Back to Kildow, drives in. Skip pass all the way across. Shot up. That may have been partially blocked. Quick outlet. Haley Saar one-on-one with Mitchell. Saar pulls up, jumps off the glass, and good. 2 for Haley Saar. Mustangs with first lead of the afternoon at 6-4. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Mustangs still in that 3-2 zone. They find it open on the baseline, and Carly Hinn, I think, just picked up her second foul. So 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter with 5:12 left to go. And Carly Hinn just picked up her second foul. That puts Brooke Harding at the line. First free throw is no good. She'll have one more coming as now Hinn and Haley Saar come out. And into the game comes Kenna Campbell and Keely Campbell. She missed both of them. A rebound by Ashton Sassy. Working against Aguilar. Man-to-man defense here by the Bulldogs. Kenna Campbell up top. Gets it back to Sassy. Sassy goes down low for Keely Campbell. Turnaround jumper. Good. Mustangs extend that lead. It's now 8-4. Mitchell inbounds it to Kildow. Still in that 3-2 zone, we'll call it. Left side for Mitchell, back up to Kildow. Now back to Mitchell on the wing, three-pointer up. That one's too long. And a rebound there by Ashton Sassy. She's got a bunch of rebounds already. We're under 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Working against Aguilar. Picks up her dribble. Now she'll get it to Josie Perez. Josie Perez works against Mitchell, drives to the baseline. Now she kicks it out for Sassy. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. And the rebound by Aguilar. Kildow up the floor in a hurry, but the Mustangs are back. They get the defense set. They try to go inside. That one slapped. You just bumped it down, yeah, to get it back on. All right, so I think we're back in business. We lost our video there for a minute, and we've got Bridgeport with a score, and it's 10-6. And now we've got a foul on the Mustangs. And I think that's Kenna Campbell picking up the foul. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard just yet. 3:21 to go, and it's 10-6. We're going to give that foul to Campbell. They haven't got it up on the scoreboard yet. Mustangs lead it 10-6. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We get that once in a while here. 3 minutes to go. There's a shot by Aguilar that is up and good. And that makes it 8-10. We're under 3 to go in the first. Kenna Campbell, three-pointer on the way. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Aguilar. Being hounded by Kenna Campbell. Now she backs off, and Aguilar will bring it up the floor herself. Chance for Bridgeport to tie here. They try to go inside, stolen away by Jacobson again. That's two. Good ball movement. They get it ahead to Haley Saar, but stolen away by Cassidy Kildow. They try to get it ahead to Aguilar, across to Dudden, and back to Aguilar for two more. Excellent ball handling by both teams, going up and down the floor, as we are now tied at 10, and Coach wants to talk this one over. 2:22 left to go in the first quarter, and we are tied at 10.
This is my 2012 Ford Focus from Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville. I bought this car for short trips around the area and thought that I was getting an inexpensive disposable car. What I got was a roomy, comfortable, well-built car that gets outstanding fuel economy. It's great for going to Lincoln for a Husker game. I consistently get above 35 miles per gallon, and it comes in a package that is surprisingly comfy and fun to drive. You can test drive a Ford Focus at your Sheridan County Ford dealer. Sides & Milburn Ford in Rushville.
So back to basketball action. Mustangs inbound it. A little careless on the pass that time, but Saar has it now on the wing. Back up top to Kenna Campbell. Working against Kildow. They try to go down into Keely Campbell. She kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way, Kenna Campbell. That's off the back iron, no good, but the long rebound pulled down by Haley Saar. Back inside to Keely Campbell. Turnaround jumper just falls off the front of the rim. And there's Kenna Campbell there. They're going to say it goes off of Kenna. There was contact. No foul called, and it'll be Bridgeport basketball. 1:51 left to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 10. 4 team fouls for the Mustangs, just 1 for Bridgeport. And now we've got a new player in the game. That's Ashley Weborg in the game. And we got a traveling call on Cassidy Kildow. Ashley Weborg in for the Bulldogs now. Now Dudden comes out, and I think that's Mitchell that comes back in to replace her. Tied at 10 with 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Kenna Campbell brings it up. Now the Bulldogs drop into a 2-3 zone. Josie Perez, nobody to throw it to. She tees it up and knocks it down. Can't leave her alone without putting a hand in her face. Mustangs back in the lead, 12-10. Kildow working against this Mustang zone. More new players in there. We've got Brittany Newkirk into the game now for Bridgeport as that rebound's pulled down by Kenna Campbell. Up the floor in a hurry. Now she'll back it out, and they'll reset. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Haley Saar thought about the three-pointer. Gets it to Jacobson. Back to Saar, and around to Kenna Campbell. Josie Perez puts it on the floor. Kicks it back up top. They swing it around. Work it inside for Keely Campbell. One dribble, turnaround jumper, good. Keely Campbell making an impact here in the first quarter. She's got 4 points, and the Mustangs lead it 14-10 with 30 seconds left to go in the opening frame. Kildow sets it up. They get it down to Aguilar on the baseline. Skip it up across to Kildow. Her shot bounces around and falls in. Kildow with her first points of the game. We're under 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Campbell to Saar. They swing it down in the corner for Perez. 5 seconds left. Kenna Campbell for three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Aguilar. And the quarter ends with the Mustangs holding the 14-12 advantage. And that's our score at the end of one quarter. Thanks for joining us on Journal Star coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Bob Alcorn, Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles and what they might do for your insurance rate. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon, or you can give them a call at 282-2080. And winter is here, and if you haven't got stuff winterized, it is time. Buck and the gang at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with whatever you need to get that done. So stop in at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. So we are ready to get the second quarter underway. Mustangs with a 2-point lead, 14-12. More new faces into the game now for Bridgeport as they swing it across and work it inside. That shot is short, tipped around. Mustangs come out of there with it. That's Kenna Campbell. Stolen back. And 2 more points for Josie Perez. Nice work that time by the Mustangs. They now lead at 16-12, 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. That one's tipped by Sassy. Mustangs working that zone, doing a good job of getting hands in the way. That one is out of bounds off of Dudden. It'll stay with the Mustangs, 7:26 to go. Second quarter action here from the Alliance Holiday Tournament. Hopefully you're somewhere warm and comfortable to watch today's game as the Mustangs turn that one over on an errant entrance pass to the offense there. And back the other way we come. Lydia Cantu now on the floor for the Bulldogs. She's number 10. They'll get it back to Cantu and she'll swing it across. Back to Cantu, nearly stolen away again by Ashton Sassy. In the corner for Dudden, feeds it inside to Cantu. She can't do anything with it, kicks it back out. That one's tipped away, and now Ashton Sassy has her trapped along the sideline. She gets it out of there, and now Newkirk puts up the 2-pointer, and that one is good for Bridgeport. They trail it 14-16. We are 6 minutes and 30 seconds into the second quarter. Nice feed to Josie Perez. She can't knock it down. Carly Hinn there for the rebound, and she is fouled. Carly Hinn heading to the line for 2 free throws. They're going to give that foul to Brittany Newkirk, and that'll be her first. Just the second team foul on Bridgeport here in the first half. Mustangs with 4 as Carly Hinn makes the first. She's got 3 points on the afternoon. Carly Hinn's second one in and out. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Weborg. Ahead to Cantu. Cantu pushes the pace. Now she pulls it back. In the corner for, I think that's Weborg. That shot up off the top of the backboard, and it'll be Mustang basketball with 6:10 to go. Mustangs by 3, 17-14. Ashton Sassy works against Cantu. As the Bulldogs back into a man-to-man. They've switched it up, played both man and zone. They go inside for Jacobson. She pulls it back, puts the shot up. That's no good. Rebounded by Carly Hinn. And we've got another Mustang foul. And this is going to be the first on Denny Jacobson. Now Haley Sarr comes in. She'll replace Kenna Campbell. They'll adjust the defense now as the Mustangs look like they're going to play a little bit of 1-3-1. An exciting defense. Takes an awful lot of energy to run, but they can trap in the corners out of it. Is a very disruptive defense when it's run well. Mustangs trying to catch the Bulldogs off guard as there's a shot up, no good, but an offensive rebound and a putback that's good by Megan Dudden. She has 6 points this afternoon. 5:30 to go. Mustangs by 1, 17-16. Haley Sarr brings it up the floor as the Mustangs set the offense. Back in his own defense now for the Bulldogs. Josie Perez working out there on the wing. Gets it to Haley Sarr. Inside for Jacobson. One dribble. contact, and she puts it in. First points of the afternoon for Denny Jacobson. Mustangs back up by 3, 19-16, as we're now just over 5 minutes to go. There's another tip ball taken away. Ashton Sassy in a hurry to get down the court, tie up on the floor, and it'll be Mustang basketball. Now mass substitutions as 4 fresh Bulldogs come onto the floor now for Bridgeport. They make it hard to keep track of everybody that's on the floor. Looks like mostly starters in there. Good entry pass to Carly Hinn. Catches it, gathers, puts it up for 2 more, and it's a 5-point lead for the Mustangs, the biggest lead of the day with 4:40 to go. They lead it now 21-16. Kildow, Mustangs back in a 2-1-2 zone now. Lots of defensive switching going on here by both teams, trying to confuse the offenses. That shot, no good. Carly Hinn with a quick outlet to Haley Sarr. She's outnumbered. Now she'll pull it back out, and the Mustangs set it up. Back in a man-to-man defense now. Hassled by Kildow is Sarr. She gets it to Sassy. Works it inside for Carly Hinn. Nice pivot move, up and good. 2 more for Carly Hinn. She's having a big half. She's got 7 points as we are right at the 4:02 mark left to go. Mustangs lead it by 7, 23-16. Bridgeport wants to talk this one over. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. Whether you're looking to buy or sell real estate, look no further than Barb Share of Share Real Estate. Give her a call today at 282-1516, or you can stop in and see Barb in person at 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Proudly celebrating 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. That is the First National Bank of Gordon. You can see them at 134 Main Street in Gordon, or you can give them a call at 282-0050. And Essence provides beautiful, fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. Stop in and see them on North Main Street in Gordon. 4:02 left to go in the second quarter. Inbounds pass stolen away by Haley Sarr, but she can't keep a handle on it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Bridgeport. 4:01 now left to go in the second quarter, and the Mustangs by 7. They lead it 23-16. Mustangs with 5 team fouls to just 2 for Bridgeport. There's another tip ball by Denny Jacobson, but Aguilar gathers it back up. And now Karina Garza dribbles in. They kick it out, and Brooke Harding can't keep the handle on it. Out of bounds. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Mustangs with the basketball and a 7-point lead. Ashton Sassy brings it down the floor. She sets it up for the Mustangs. They swing it across to Sarr. Work it inside for Carly Hinn. Shot up, and we've got a push on the Bulldogs. And it'll be Mustangs ball out of bounds. Didn't see who we called that foul on. They're going to give that, looks like, to Megan Dudden. That is her first. And the third team foul is now Haley Sarr comes out, and Kenna Campbell in for the Mustangs. They inbound it, and Jacobson has it partially blocked on the shot, but the Mustangs get it back. Kenna Campbell inside. She can't get her shot to go. That's pulled down by Dudden. She's double-teamed, taken away by Kenna Campbell. That one won't go. Rebounded by Perez. That one won't go. And we're going to have a push, and either going to be on, looks like we're going to get Kenna Campbell with her second foul. So the Mustangs have had some point-blank chances there. Got to make those layups there, as we are at 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Mustangs lead it 23-16. Next Mustang foul puts Bridgeport at the line for a 1-and-1 now. Mustangs back in that 1-3-1, nearly stolen by Ashton Sassy. Bridgeport gets it back. Kildow on the wing. She goes inside for Aguilar. Back outside for Kildow. Three-pointer on the way, and good. Three-pointer by Cassidy Kildow. That'll catch you up in a hurry. 23-19, 2:45 to go before the half. Kenna Campbell to Josie Perez, had it slapped away, and Bridgeport with it. Dudden ahead. Cassidy Kildow traveled with it in a hurry to get to the basket. They had a fast break look there, but she turns it over. Kenna Campbell out, Haley Saar in. 2:33 to go. Mustangs by 4. Ashton Sassy brings it down the floor. On the wing for Perez. In the corner for Jacobson. Back up. They swing it around. Haley Saar working against the zone defense. They've really got that thing packed in. Bridgeport's had trouble dealing with the size of the Mustangs this afternoon. So they're going to pack that zone in and force the Mustangs to shoot from the outside, looks like, for a little bit here. Josie Perez does just that. That one won't go. It's rebounded by Garza. She gets it to Kildow. We're under 2 minutes to go. Mustangs by 4. They work it inside. Denied, slapped away, but picked up by Kildow. Finds a wide open Megan Dudden, and she doesn't miss that one. Back to a 2-point lead, 1:45 to go. Mustangs lead at 23-21. Perez on the wing to Sassy and back around to Saar. Saar tries to skip it in there to Josie Perez. Pull-up jumper is good. Perez with 10 here on the first half. 25-21 lead for the Mustangs. 1:20 to go in the first half. Aguilar down low, stolen away. Ashton Sassy coming the other direction. Aston looks ahead, finds Haley Saar over her outstretched fingertips and out of bounds. It'll be Bridgeport basketball. It was a good look, but the pass was just a little bit too long. 1:09 left to go. Mustangs by 4, 25-21. Kildow sets it up. Back to Kildow. Now back onto the wing, down low for Dudden. Dudden takes a dribble and picks it up. Now she's hounded. They get it back to Dudden. Dudden drives inside, finds Aguilar underneath. Her shot won't go. Rebounded and kicked back out, and that is Ashley Weborg with her first points of the game. Mustangs now 25-23 with under 40 seconds left to go in the half. Back to the zone defense. That one's knocked away by Kildow. Mustangs maintain possession. Kenna Campbell back into the game. She takes the place of Ashton Sassy. 30 seconds left. Kenna Campbell dribbles, gets it across to Saar. Saar works it inside for Keely Campbell. Off glass, that one won't go. Tipped around, stolen away by Campbell. Back to Perez. Perez drives baseline, pull-up jumper, contact, no foul. Keely Campbell wrestles away the rebound and puts it back for 2 more. Keely's got 6, under 10 to go. Mustangs by 4. Fast-paced first half action. We got a double dribble that time by Cassidy Kildow, and the Mustangs will have a chance to put more points on the board with 3.6 seconds left in the first half. Mustangs will have to work quickly. Josie Perez heaves it up. That one's not even close. Had more time than she realized. And the first half ends. Mustangs lead this one 27-23 here on the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. This is the 2013 Ford Explorer that I bought from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, and it is awesome. It has the sync system and My Ford Touch that allows me to control everything with ease. Climate control, navigation, entertainment. I can even connect my smartphone for hands-free dialing. The all-wheel drive feature of the Ford Explorer might be what I like the best. This is the most sure-footed vehicle I have ever owned, and it is terrific on snow and ice, which I really love this time of year. Stop in and check out a Ford Explorer today at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer. Don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So we're back at halftime. Girls basketball action here at the Alliance Holiday Tournament. The Mustangs lead it at the half, 27-23. We're going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of routine maintenance when we broadcast from here in Alliance. We're kind of on a timer. We've got to reset that timer occasionally here, and this is a good time here during the halftime break to do that. So you may see just a brief disruption in the broadcast, but I assure you that we will be back just momentarily. So stick with us for a little bit of technical updates. We got 8 minutes left to go before the start of the second half here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. And I believe we are back in business again here after our quick update there. Record time of 1.5 minutes to get that done. We are 6 minutes and 30 seconds away from the start of the second half. And glad to have you along with us here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. Let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals for each team here. But let's start with the Mustangs. Leading scorer for the Mustangs in the first half, Josie Perez has 10. Carly Hinn has 7. Keely Campbell with 6. Haley Sarr with 2. And Denny Jacobson also with 2. As we look at fouls, Carly Hinn and Kenna Campbell both with 2 fouls apiece. Josie Perez and Denny Jacobson each with 1. For Bridgeport, let's see, scoring for them as we go down the line here. Megan Dudden, the top scorer for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. She has 8 in the first half. And Cassidy Kildow has 5. Olga Aguilar with 4. Ashley Weborg with 2, and Brittany Newkirk with 2. And I think I missed one basket down at the far end as we were experiencing some technical difficulties as we got things rolling here this afternoon. Those are the scoring totals to this point, unofficially, for both teams. As you can see, under 5 minutes left to go now in the halftime break. Mustangs lead this one 27-23. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that if you are not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. And when you go to sign up, make sure you sign up for the online edition. That's available at www.sheridancountyjournalstar.net/subscriptions. The online edition generally available on Tuesday afternoon, well in advance of when you would be able to access a paper copy of the newspaper. So get the news first, all the news that is news in Sheridan County. And you can get that online at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net/subscriptions. And even better, the online edition is in full and glorious color and delivered to your inbox generally every Tuesday afternoon. If it's not Tuesday afternoon, it's Wednesday morning. And certainly a lot better than waiting for the mailman to bring it to your door. So check that out. And all the news that is news in Sheridan County. A little over 3 minutes left to go here before the start of second half action. and certainly glad to have you with us. Let's take just a minute to thank fine sponsors of today's action again. Those sponsors are Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment. We'll step aside one last time and be back ready to bring you second half action between the Mustangs and the Bulldogs. It's an icon, the most popular sports car in America. It is the Ford Mustang, and it's available at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. This 310 horsepower turbocharged beauty comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. The selectable driving modes allow you to choose between sport, track, snow and wet, or normal conditions. With an awesome sound system, this Mustang is ready to roll down the highway at 32 miles per gallon. Test drive the iconic Ford Mustang at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. So let's take a quick rundown again in case you missed it. Those unofficial halftime scoring totals. Josie Perez with 10 points for the Mustangs. Carly Hinn with 7. Keely Campbell with 6. Denny Jacobson and Haley Saar each with 2. For the Bulldogs, Megan Dudden has 8. Cassidy Kildow with 5. Olga Aguilar with 4. Ashley Weborg and Brittany Newkirk each with 2 points apiece. And I know we missed a basket for the Bulldogs early on. Not sure where that goes to or who that goes to, who gets credit for that. Either way, we are just about ready to get the second half underway. Mustangs will be at the far end of the court as we play this second half. Certainly glad to have you along with us on a cold and wintry day as we've made the trek down here to Alliance, and we'll be back down here again tomorrow as both boys and girls will be in action again tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have to wait to see who they'll play. That will depend on the outcome of the other side of the bracket, which will be played after these games here this afternoon. Those games will feature the Mitchell Bulldogs and the Alliance Bulldogs. Did I say Mitchell Tigers? Not sure what I said there. Mitchell Tigers and Alliance Bulldogs. At any rate, 8 minutes on the clock. We are underway here in the second half. They go inside to Aguilar. Her shot up, no good. Rebounded by Hinn. Quickly out to Haley Saar. She kicks it ahead, but Aguilar is there to steal it back. Ashton Sassy, they've got her trapped. Now they get out of it, and they'll throw it away. Mustang basketball. So the Mustangs come out with some heavy defensive pressure here to start the second half. Mustangs looking to run and apply the trap when they can. Looks like a 3-2 zone, 2-3, not sure what this is, but a zone defense by the Bridgeport Bulldogs to start the second half. 27-23. Mustangs working against the zone. Sassy swings it around for Saar on the right wing. Back to Sassy up top. They work it inside to Jenny Jacobson. Out to Sassy. Thought about the three. Puts it on the floor. Kicks it up top for Ashton Sassy. Three-pointer. That one's no good. And the rebound pulled down by Kildow. Bridgeport up the floor in a hurry. She finds Brooke Harding. Her pull-up jumper is off. No good. Rebounded by Aguilar. Shot up. That one won't go. Tipped out. And it'll stay with it'll go over to the Mustangs. Mustangs will get this one on the turnover. 7:01 to go. No scoring here in the third quarter yet. Mustangs lead it by 4, 27-23. Two evenly matched teams coming into this with identical 3-3 records. Danny Jacobson, free throw line, kicks it back out for Sassy. Now over to Saar. Saar works it, tries to get it down low, ends up getting there to Josie Perez. Now they work it back, and that's a kick ball, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. They're moving Josie Perez around, trying to get her involved and trying to get the ball to her, and having a hard time getting it in her hands. Ashton Sassy takes the inbounds pass. Saar in the corner. They work it inside to Jenny Jacobson. She throws it out of bounds, but off of a Bridgeport defender, and the Mustangs maintain possession. 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Hinn up to Sassy. Now back down in the corner for Saar. Three-pointer, that one short. Pulled out of there by Harding. Harding nearly lost control of it. She gets it to Mitchell. Good defense that time by the Mustangs as the shot won't go. And here comes Josie Perez back the other way. 6:13 to go. Still no score here in the second half. Hinn inside to Josie Perez. One step, layup, and good. Josie Perez gets things started for the Mustangs with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's now a 6-point lead. It's 29-23. Kildow on the wing for Harding. Back to Kildow. They go inside for Aguilar, but that's tipped away by the Mustangs, and another steal by the Mustangs. They got a bunch of them here today. That zone has been hard to handle for the Bulldogs. Free throw line jumper for Josie Perez is good. Picks up where she left off. She's got 4 second half points and 14 on the afternoon. It's 31-23. Back to an 8-point lead. Mitchell on the wing. Back to Kildow. Kildow drives in, finds Aguilar on the baseline. Bad angle that time. Dudden with the rebound, and the putback is good. 31-25. The lead has been cut to 6. Saar over to Sassy. 2-3 zone now by the Bulldogs. Cross to Saar. Not much movement here away from the ball by the Mustangs. And now we're going to have a timeout. Coach Randy Holbert wants to talk this over just a little bit. Mustangs having trouble getting some offensive movement going as we are at 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs lead this one 31-25.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So third quarter basketball action just about ready to resume from the Alliance Holiday Tournament. 4:54 left to go in the third quarter, and the Mustangs with a 6-point lead, 31-25. No fouls by either team here in the second half. And on the floor for the Mustangs, Perez Jacobson, Kenna Campbell, Carly Hinn, and Ashton Sassy. Kenna Campbell takes the inbounds pass. And now back to a man-to-man defense by the Bulldogs as they keep switching things up. Both teams have done a good job of switching defenses. There's a reach-in foul by Cassidy Kildow on Kenna Campbell, and that's Kildow's first of the afternoon. Kenna Campbell to inbound the ball. She gets it into Sassy. In the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Short. And rebounded by Megan Dudden. Gets it ahead to Brooke Harding. Harding down the right side. Tries to go inside for Aguilar, but tipped away by the Mustangs and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Mitchell now will inbound the ball for Bridgeport. Into Harding. Harding back to Mitchell. She'll bring it up top, and the Bulldogs will reset. Kildow on the wing for Harding. Kildow up top and back around to Mitchell. Dudden at the free throw line to Mitchell. Aguilar couldn't handle it. Inside to Dudden. That's up and falls off. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Denny Jacobson. Kenna Campbell brings it up the floor. 4 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Kenna Campbell switches hands, working against Aguilar. Perez, that's good, just inside the line. 6 points in the second half, 16 on the afternoon for Josie Perez, right at her scoring average already for the day. 33-25, it's an 8-point Mustang lead. Aguilar on the baseline. Up top for Kildow. Mustangs back in a zone defense here. Now they go to Aguilar inside. One dribble and puts that one up and in. So for a 5'4" girl, she does a good job down in the paint. 33-27 with 3:20 left to go now in the third quarter. Josie Perez dribbles down to the baseline, kicks it back up top for Carly Hinn. Inside for Kenna Campbell. Off glass and good. Kenna Campbell got position on the defender, and the nice spin move put it off glass, and 2 more on the books for the Mustangs. 35-27 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brooke Harding on the wing. Back up to Dudden. We got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Bridgeport Bulldogs. 2:54 to go, third quarter. Mustangs lead this one 35-27. Want to remind you that Essence provides beautiful fresh cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They also have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. Stop in and see them 117 North Main Street in Gordon. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting the community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon or give them a call at 282-0050. Mustangs with the 8-point lead equals their biggest lead of the afternoon. Aguilar inbounds it. Now we've got more new faces on the floor for Bridgeport as that shot no good and pulled down by Josie Perez. Perez will bring it up the floor for the Mustangs. Perez, and we got an offensive foul as Denny Jacobson is going to be called for the offensive foul on as she set that pick that time. They're going to say she leaned in, wasn't completely set, and so the Mustangs turn it over on the foul. Now some full court man-to-man pressure, actually going to look like some zone pressure here by the Mustangs, and Bulldogs finally get it across. Now they've got numbers. They go down low and put that one in. That's Ashley Weeboard. She's got 4 on the afternoon. Mustangs back the other way in a hurry. Kenna Campbell brings it up the floor. 35-29. It's a 6-point lead for the Mustangs. Sassy on the wing goes inside. Pass not there quite quick enough. And the Mustangs get that one and take it away. Josie Perez tried to flip that one to Carly Hinn, but she tosses it out of bounds and turns it back over to the Bulldogs. So fast-paced action here. 2:08 left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs by 6. Full court zone pressure now as Cassidy Kildow, and they're going to get Ashton Sassy as she was running stride for stride with Kildow. Got a little too close, and they're going to call her for the foul. That's the first foul on Ashton Sassy, just the second team foul for the Mustangs. Kildow sets it up. 3-2 look now for the Mustangs. Weeborg in the corner for Kildow. The left-hander puts that one up. That's no good, and rebounded by Jacobson. She gets it ahead to Sassy. Sassy brings it up the floor, drives all the way in. Pull-up jumper for Ashton Sassy is good. Knew where she was going with that one the whole way. That's Ashton's first points of the afternoon, as now the Bulldogs getting careless. That one's loose on the floor. Now Kildow has it poked away. Kenna Campbell picks it up, gets it ahead to Josie Perez, and she puts it in for 2 more. Good defense by the Mustangs. 10-point lead, 39-29. Biggest lead of the day, and another takeaway as Ashton Sassy takes it away. Gets it to Josie Perez. She's fouled, but no call, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. Perez wanted a foul on that shot, but no call made. 1:15 left to go as now Kenna Campbell comes out and Haley Sarr backs in for the Mustangs. Third quarter action, and the Mustangs lead it by 10. They get it into Josie Perez. In the corner for Jacobson. She drives into the paint. Pull-up jumper, and she is fouled. Denny Jacobson heads to the line to shoot 2. That is the second foul on Brittany Newkirk, as Denny Jacobson will have a pair of free throws. She's got 2 points on the afternoon, trying to extend that Mustang lead with 1:09 left to go. First free throw is off, no good by Denny. Mitchell in for the Bulldogs. She takes the place of Newkirk, and Kenna Campbell comes back in for the Mustangs. And Denny makes the second one, makes it an 11-point lead, the biggest of the ball game now for the Mustangs. Mitchell ahead to Weborg. Weborg, pull-up jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Mustangs coming back the other way. Haley Saar can't get a handle on it, and out of bounds. It goes back over to the Bulldogs. The Mustangs had numbers, just couldn't quite get a handle on the basketball. 40-29 with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Weborg on the wing, over the top, trying to get it to Mitchell. Pass too tall, out of bounds. Turnover on the Bulldogs. Mustang basketball, and now we're going to see some full court pressure by the Bulldogs as Haley Saar inbounds it from the corner. Carly Hinn gets it to Jacobson, now ahead to Saar. Good job of breaking the press that time by the Mustangs. And now Bridgeport wanting to press or wanting to trap, and they get the steal. That's Megan Dudden, but coming back on a great defensive play as Josie Perez knocks it away. It stays with the Bulldogs, but she kept the easy layup attempt from happening. Now Saar heads back to the bench, and Kenna Campbell back into the game. Aguilar over the top to Mitchell. Pull-up jumper, might have been partially blocked, got her own rebound, and the putback won't go. Kenna Campbell brings it out of there. Under 40 seconds to go now in the third quarter, 40-29. Kenna Campbell, three-pointer, that one's off. Mark won't go, out of bounds. And it'll be Bridgeport basketball with 30 seconds left to go. So now Karina Garza and Lydia Cantu into the game for Bridgeport. Also Brittany Newkirk and Brooke Harding. So 4 new Bridgeport players as we get ready to finish up this third quarter. There's a tipped inbounds pass by Josie Perez, but Mustangs can't control it still. There's another steal by Perez. Works into the lane. She is fouled, and Josie's going to head to the line. She'll have 2 more free throws, or her first free throws of the afternoon. 2 free throws at any rate. They're going to give that to Karina Garza. That's her first. 3rd team foul against Bridgeport. First free throw is up and good. 19 points on the afternoon for Josie Perez. Trying to make it 20. And she does. Rattles that one home. 42-29. Under 20 seconds to go. Mustangs with that full court pressure. And another steal. Ashton Sassy with 15 seconds left to go. Time to set it up and get a good look at the basket. 10 seconds. Sassy calling for some help. Gets it to Perez. Kicks it in the corner for Campbell. Pull-up jumper. Good! Kenna Campbell with 2 more. And the Mustangs extend that lead. It's 44-29. What a big third quarter push by the Mustangs as they come out of the locker room at the half and put a big crooked number on the board. Heading to the fourth quarter, it's the Mustangs 44 and Bridgeport 29.
Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville is your Sheridan County Ford dealer. They have an excellent service department that works on all makes and models. So why would you drive hours to buy a car from someone you will never see again when you can do business locally with a dealer who will stand behind their product and has the service department to back it up? Sides in Milburn Ford will help you find the right vehicle, and they will do it with the personal touch that only your hometown dealer can provide. Stop in at Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville. They're the people you can trust.
As we get ready to start the fourth quarter, Mustangs lead this one 44-29. They came out and dominated that third quarter. They outscored Bridgeport by 17-6 in that third quarter, and they increased the margin by 9. We're ready to start the fourth quarter. 8 minutes on the clock. Back to the man-to-man now by Bridgeport. Perez on the wing. Sassy up at the top of the key. Back to Perez and back to Sassy. Now they've fallen back, and they find Ashton Sassy underneath. Nice job that time as Ashton Sassy went around, got behind the defense. They went over the top to her. She draws the foul. And that's Riley Hall, I believe, is who they're going to give that foul to. And it's going to put Ashton that's Olga Aguilar. Check that. As Ashton makes the first. Gives her 3 on the afternoon. Makes it 45-29. Second free throw is short, no good, pulled down by Dudden. Gets it ahead to Kildow. Kildow dribbles around Sassy, blocked by Josie Perez, pulled down by Jacobson. Back the other way comes Ashton Sassy. Now she'll pull it back, and the Mustangs will regroup. Skip it across to Kenna Campbell, wide open. She drives into the lane. Her layup is good. Kenna Campbell took advantage that time of the big hole in the defense as Bridgeport didn't get set in transition there. And there's another steal, that time by Carly Hinn. Doesn't make a good pass, but the Mustangs get it back. Ashton Sassy with the long jumper. That won't go. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Put back won't go, and pulled down by Denny Jacobson again. Fast-paced action here as we're under 7 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Carly Hinn up to Ashton Sassy. Sassy on the wing, skips it across to Kenna Campbell. Mustangs maybe trying to slow it down a little bit. Carly Hinn at the free throw line, and out to Sassy. They go inside for Kenna Campbell. Turn around, off glass, and good. So Kenna Campbell has 8 second-half points and another timeout on the floor. Bridgeport trying to stop the bleeding as now it's a 20-point lead with 6:32 to go. Mustangs lead this one 49-29. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Share of Share Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516 or stop by at 300 South Main Street in Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company offering all forms of insurance. Stop in at 224 North Main Street in Gordon today. And Buck and the gang at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need. If you haven't got things winterized, by golly, it is time. Stop in and see the good folks at Gordon True Value in downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance, and be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. You can find them at 127 North Main Street in Gordon. 6:30 left to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs by 20, 49-29. Tip ball again. Mustangs with another takeaway. Ashton Sassy tries to get it ahead, and they give it right back. Back the other way comes Megan Dudden. Nobody stops her. The good ball movement. Aguilar finds Mitchell. Tip back out to Kildow. Mitchell in the corner, and that one is up and good. First points of the afternoon for Mitchell, 49-31. They get it ahead to Kenna Campbell, and she'll be shooting free throws. Kenna Campbell brought it down, kicked it out to Denny Jacobson. She went right back inside to Kenna Campbell. Had the good shot, but she was fouled. Kenna with all 8 of her points here in the second half, and she's ready to shoot 2 free throws as we're now under 6 minutes left to go in the game. First one is in and out and no good. Kenna sizes up the second one. And we've got a lane violation. She'll get to shoot that one over. And she misses them both. And now we've got a cat of all the things that we're not really ready for. A cat on the floor stops play, and that gets a good laugh out of everybody. And now confusion reigns on the court, and we're going to say we're going to have to establish possession by the alternating possession, and they're going to give it back to Bridgeport on the alternating possession. Well, that's certainly something you don't see every day. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the game, and the Mustangs lead at 49-31. kicks it outside for Harding. She goes inside for Aguilar, loses the handle, scramble on the floor. Ball comes loose again. Ashton Sassy dives for it, and we're going to have a tie-up. And this time the Mustangs will get it back. 5:34 to go, 49-31. Mustangs with the 18-point lead in the fourth quarter. Saar gets it in to Carly Hinn. Hinn looks ahead, finds Saar, crosses the timeline, and now she'll pull it back. Mustangs just need to take care of it and coast to the finish line here. They'll get it to Sassy. She's guarded closely by Kildow. Back in the man-to-man now are the Bulldogs. Josie Perez and back to Saar at the top of the key. Saar guarded by Mitchell. Back to Perez on the wing. They go inside for Carly Hinn. She kicks it up top for Sassy and back to Perez on the wing. Perez drives in, kicks it up top for Sassy. Sassy will pull it back out. They get it down to Carly Hinn, tried to get it to Jacobson, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It'll stay with the Mustangs. So the Mustangs have slowed the pace now quite a bit as we're under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 49-31. Saar gets it into Hinn, back out to Saar. Perez on the wing. Perez drives into the lane, puts up the shot, and it goes. Josie Perez with two more. I think that's 22 on the afternoon for Josie Perez. Mitchell back to Kildow. She drives into the lane, puts up the runner, off glass, and good for Cassidy Kildow. That's 7 on the afternoon for her. Josie Perez brings it across. Now she'll pull it back out. 4:20 to go. Sassy on the wing, in the corner for Jacobson. Back to Perez. Perez across to Sassy on the left wing, and to Saar at the top of the key. Mustangs taking their time working against this zone defense now by the Bulldogs. Hinn, couple of dribbles and gets it out to Saar. Perez now, she works with it. And she puts up a shot that won't go, but gets her own rebound. Contact and puts another one in. Doesn't matter where Josie shot it from this afternoon. It's gone in. 53-33, back to 20 is the lead as there's another takeaway by Denny Jacobson. She gets it ahead to Josie Perez. Tried to flip it ahead to Saar, but couldn't get it done. Ashton Sassy for three. Back iron no good, but Carly Hinn is there for the rebound, and she is fouled. And not quite enough to get the Mustangs into the bonus. The next foul by Bridgeport will get them there, as now subs starting to come in. Kenna Campbell and Shania Friesman now into the game as Saar and Hinn come out and have a seat for the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell trying to find someone to inbound it to. She gets it to Josie. That's Friesman, excuse me. Shania Friesman, and she's fouled on the shot. And Shania Friesman comes in and promptly will have 2 free throws to shoot. So Friesman, the 6-foot sophomore, at the line shooting 2. Mustangs lead at 53-23 with 3:16 to go in the fourth quarter. First free throw is off the mark and no good. And the second one is there. 54-33, biggest lead of the game for the Mustangs. Kildow brings it down. Drives in, now defense collapses on her. Luckily, she gets it out. Shot up, and that's no good, and pulled down by Ashton Sassy. Now they're going to try and trap Ashton. She gets it out to Josie Perez. Referees letting this thing go, not calling a lot of fouls, a lot of contact there. They find Friesman down low, can't get the shot to go, and it's rebounded by Bridgeport. Kildow looks ahead. That shot won't go. Friesman there for the rebound, and we got a tie-up, I believe, and this one will stay with Bridgeport. Karina Garza had the point-blank shot, couldn't get that one to fall. Now Perez comes out of the game for the Mustangs, and in comes Autumn Richards. There's a shot from the corner that won't go, pulled down by Jacobson. Kenna Campbell working against Cassidy Kildow. Crosses the timeline with under 2:30 to go. Now Campbell loses the handle. Kildow with the steal, but she's skidding on the floor, and they'll call her for the travel. Turns it back over to the Mustangs. Now Kildow comes out, and Lydia Cantu comes into the game for Bridgeport. 2:23 to go, and a timeout on the floor. Mustangs lead this one 54-33. Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Also, say thanks to the rest of today's fine sponsors: Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment. Mustangs trying to close this one out. They got the big lead, 54-33, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this game. Kenna Campbell sets it up, works to the right side, now switches hands, has it poked away. Gets it ahead to Cantu. Now they work it down on the baseline, into the paint, and with the shot is Ashley Weborg, but she's fouled. And they're going to give that foul to Kenna Campbell. That is her third. Mustangs have done an outstanding job in this second half of applying pressure without fouling. That's just their third team foul of the afternoon, as Ashley Weborg has 2 free throws. The first free throw is no good. 2:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. 54-33 is the score. And she missed them both. And the rebound pulled down by Denny Jacobson. Good work on the boards today by Denny. Now she'll pull that one back and get it to Ashton Sassy as we're under 2 minutes left to go. Sassy working out front against tight man-to-man coverage there. Kenna Campbell picks up her dribble and gets it to Sassy on the right wing. Sassy picks up her dribble, tries to go inside. She finds Friesman, but she can't get the shot to go. Friesman gets the rebound there. Autumn Richards can't get her shot to fall, and the Bulldogs pull it out with 1:25 to go. Cantu quickly ahead to Weborg. That shot won't go. Tipped out of bounds, stays with the Bulldogs. And now Alexis Corman coming into the game for Bridgeport, as does Emily Baxter, as we're trying to build some depth for the Bridgeport Bulldogs here with this one clearly out of hand, as that shot off no good, stays with the Bulldogs. 1:10 left to go, and 54-33, the Mustangs with the big lead. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll have boys basketball immediately following, as the Mustangs will take on the Bridgeport boys in basketball action next. 1 minute left to go in this one. Ashton Sassy goes inside for Denny Jacobson, and she traveled. She was under heavy pressure down there inside, trying to get position, and shuffled the feet as Sassy and Jacobson now come out. We've got Morgan Darnell and Delenn Rodriguez into the game now, so a whole bunch of young Mustangs on the floor for Gordon-Rushville. There's a steal by Delenn Rodriguez, can't handle it, taken away by Bridgeport, and they maintain control. Now they'll set it up. That's Newkirk. Now up top is Baxter. They work it to the free throw line. Now down on the baseline. Newkirk's shot up and good. Brittany Newkirk with 4 on the afternoon makes it 54-35. 20 seconds left to go in this one. Kenna Campbell looks inside for Rodriguez, and Delenn goes all of about 5'3" in there, having a tough time matching up. Now things getting really wild. Under 5 seconds to go, as Bridgeport finds Riley Hall just in the nick of time, and the score ends Mustangs 54 and Bridgeport 37. So a good win by the Mustangs here this afternoon. They'll head to the championship game tomorrow And let me get the time on that for you. Mustangs head to the championship game tomorrow, and that will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So the Mustang girls will play tomorrow afternoon at 4 after knocking off the Bridgeport Bulldogs by a final score here this afternoon of 54-37. Glad to have you along with us. We'll step aside, and we've got a 15-minute warm-up period here, a little shorter than normal in this tournament setting. They'll probably sweep the floor and then restart that clock. Give us just a little bit of time. We're probably 20 minutes away from the start of boys basketball action. And we'll be here to bring that to you here just momentarily. We will step aside, reset our timer again, so don't be surprised if you experience just a brief internet disruption as we get things set and ready to go. Reset our timer here for boys basketball action. We'll step aside. And again, the final from the girls' game. The Gordon-Rushville Mustangs take down the Bridgeport Bulldogs by a final score of 54-37. We'll step aside. We'll be back with some final scoring totals after this.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So let's take a quick look at final and unofficial scoring totals. First for the Mustangs. Mustangs' big scorer of the afternoon, Josie Perez, finished with 24 points. Kenna Campbell had 8, all of those in the second half. Carly Hinn finished with 7, all of those in the first half. Keely Campbell with 6, also all first half points. And then we had Ashton Sassy and Denny Jacobson each with 3 points. Haley Sarr had 2, and Shania Friesman with 1. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, Megan Dudden finished with 10 points but was only able to manage 2 in the second half. Mustangs did a great job of shutting her down in the second half. Cassidy Kildow finished with 7. Olga Aguilar had 6. Brittany Newkirk, Ashley Weborg both had 4. And Riley Hall and Cassidy Mitchell each had 2 points for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. So that wraps things up. We're just under 13 minutes to go before the tip-off of today's boys basketball action between the Mustangs and the Bulldogs. We'll step aside, reset the timer, and be back with you in just a minute. Thanks for joining us for Sheridan County JournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. All right, so we should be back in business here. 11 minutes to the start of boys varsity action. We'll step aside, get some starters lined out, and we'll be back with you in just a minute.
There's a new innovation in round baling, a round baler that helps you get more out of every hay season. Introducing the new Roll Belt 560 from New Holland. It gives you 20% more capacity and creates uniform 5-foot by 6-foot bales with higher density to stand up to weather, transport, and handling. Higher capacity starts with the new Active Sweep pickup. It's a full 82 inches wide from tine to tine. It makes a clean sweep of your fields by picking up all of your valuable crop. You get the choice of heavy-duty 5-bar Active Sweep pickup or the standard-duty 4-bar Active Sweep pickup. The legendary 60-inch Super Sweep pickup is also available. Active Sweep pickups are 23% more rugged and feature stronger construction with a 2-inch diameter reel tube and the new double flight feeder auger. The 14-inch diameter feeder tines are arranged in a W pattern to efficiently feed crop into the bale formation area. The feeder auger is wider than the bale chamber, so the sides of the bale are firmly packed with crop. All of these pickup innovations add up to a 20% increase in pickup capacity. Next, crop moves to the bale formation area, New Holland's proven combination of rolls and belts. Roll belt balers are known for their ability to start a core in any crop. The Roll Belt 560 continues that legacy and features increased belt driving force for reduced belt slip for quick core starts, even in below freezing or extremely dirty conditions, the kind seen when baling corn stalks. New Holland now offers 3 belt choices to match your preference. New Holland's mini rough top belts feature 3 piles of poly fabric and clipper lacings. New premium laced belts feature 20% more tensile strength for extended life. For the ultimate in durability and low maintenance, choose new premium endless belts. Endless belts are backed by a 3-year, 15,000 bale New Holland warranty. No matter which belts you choose, the patented New Holland roll belt system packs more crop into each and every bale. When you make higher density bales, you make fewer bales and reduce your wrapping and retrieval costs as well as storage losses. Higher density bales also hold their shape and are easier to handle, transport, and stack. You can easily adjust bale density using the sealed hydraulic density control system and monitor pressure from the tractor with this gauge. To pack even more crop into every bale, equip your Roll Belt 560 with New Holland's exclusive bale slice system. It creates bales that are up to 14% more dense. Sliced bales are easier to feed to livestock, and the crop is easier for cattle to eat and digest. New Holland has simplified both the net wrapping and twine tying systems. The front load net system is easy to view during baling. Netting follows a shorter, more efficient travel path, making it the industry's most reliable system. The front load twine system features dual twine tubes that are driven smoothly by a motor for a consistent twine wrap pattern across the face of the bale. You control and monitor the bale making process using your choice of display. The Bale Command 2 is used on twine-only models, and the Deluxe Bale Command 2 Plus is available for net twine or net-only models. Or go ISOBUS with the IntelliView 4 or IntelliView 3 color touchscreen monitor for extra easy screen navigation. The world's best balers are now even better. With the benefit of New Holland engineering innovations and improvements, the new Roll Belt 560 handles your crop with more speed and efficiency than ever before, from the moment crop enters the pickup to the moment a perfectly shaped bale rapidly exits the tailgate. Your in-field productivity increases, and so does your overall baling capacity. Get the most out of every hay season. Make the smart move to the Roll Belt 560 round baler from New Holland. See your New Holland dealer for a demonstration.
So 4 minutes left to go before the opening tip of boys basketball action this afternoon between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Let's take a minute and take a look at these two teams that are about to square off here this afternoon. Mustangs come into this game with a record of 2-4. Losses to some very, very good teams this season by the Mustangs. Mustang opponents are a combined 21-3, the teams that they have lost to this year, and so they have played some outstanding competition. Hemingford, Shadron, Ainsworth, and Mullen, all four of those outstanding teams. Mustangs with 2 wins, those against Hyannis and Bennett County. Bridgeport comes into today's game on a 2-game losing streak. They started the season 4-0 as they defeated Layton. They defeated Bayard twice, and they won at Sutherland, but then they lost at Gearing, and they lost to a very good Hemingford team. So Mustangs come in at 2-4, Bridgeport at 4-2. As we try to do a little bit of housekeeping and make sure that the memory cards that have been recorded to have properly been switched out here. We have a wonderful partnership with the basketball teams, and they provide the camera person, and Gracie Perez has done an outstanding job of running the camera for us here so far this season, and doing a great job again today. Kind of a strange camera angle from what you're probably used to, as we're set up down on the end of the court as opposed to being dead center on center court, and so that does create some challenges as far as trying to keep the action close enough for you to see what's going on. We try to do our very best, and Gracie's done a tremendous job, and we really appreciate the work that she has done for us throughout the season and doing another great job here today. 1 minute and 30 seconds left before we get this one underway. Let's take a quick look at the starters. We'll listen to the public address announcer, but like to give those to you ahead of time if we can. Mustang starters, number 3, Ryan Schwarting. He's a 5'8 junior. Number 23, Rhett Conroy, a 6'3 junior. Number 24, Jared Nelson, a 6-foot freshman. He averages 11 points and 4 rebounds a game. Number 30 is Brad Franzen, a 6-foot senior. Number 45, Ben Wagner, is a 6' 3" senior. And Ryan Schwarting is the leading scorer on this team. He averages 17 points per game. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, they'll send out their starting 5. Number 0, John Pappas, he's a 6'5 junior. Number 1, Trevor Benavidez is a 5'7 senior. Number 3, Mitchell Dudden is a 5'11 senior. Number 24, Wyatt Pankowski, is a 6'3 junior. And number 25, Quentin Baxter, the 6'5 junior. Again, the Mustangs come in with a record of 2-4. Bridgeport at 4-2. Bridgeport will be the home team as they are in the home whites, and the Mustangs in the road black jerseys today. Just about ready to get things underway here. And if you missed the girls' action, you missed a good one, as the Mustangs pulled away in the third quarter for a 54-37 win earlier this afternoon. Just about ready to turn it over to the public address announcer for the introductions of today's lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's second game of the Alliance Holiday Tournament. First, we would like to welcome the players, coaches, and fans from Bridgeport and Gordon-Rushville to Alliance. Today's second game contestants are the Bulldogs of Bridgeport versus the Mustangs of Gordon-Rushville. First, we will announce the starters for Gordon-Rushville. They are coached by Joel Nelson, assisted by David Morris. A 5'8" junior guard, number 3, Ryan Schwarting. A 6'3" junior, number 23, Rhett Conroy. A 6-foot freshman, number 24, Jared Nelson. A 6-foot senior, number 30, Brad Franzen. And a 6'3" senior, Ben Wagner. Now, here are your starters for Bridgeport. They are coached by Nick Rose, assisted by Dave Baxter. 6'5" junior, wearing the zeros, John Talbot. 5'7" senior, number 1, Trevor Benavides. 5'11" senior, 3, Mitchell Hutton. 6'3" junior, 24, Wyatt Pankowski. And 6'5" junior, 25, Quentin Baxter. Bridgeport will be the home team on the scoreboard.
So we are set to go there for your lineups. Take a quick look at them once again for the Mustangs. Schwarting, Conroy, Nelson, Franzen, and Wagner. And for the Bulldogs, Pappas, Benavides, Dudden, Pankowski, and Baxter. So Baxter ready to jump it up against Ben Wagner to get this thing started. 8 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go. Baxter controls the opening tip. Dudden with it for the Bulldogs. Mustangs in a man-to-man defense to start. They go right over the top, wasting no time. Going over the top to Wyatt Pankowski, and he puts the Bulldogs on the board first, 2-0. Mustangs defeat the full court pressure easily as Franzen will get it to Schwarting, and they'll set the offense up. Schwarting being guarded closely by Trevor Benavides out at the circle. Man-to-man defense here by the Bulldogs. Nelson on the left wing. Gets it to Conroy. Swing it around to Ryan Schwarting. Franzen in the corner. Has it poked away. That is Dudden. Takes it away. Takes it all the way in and lays that one in. It's a 2-0 Bridgeport lead. And back to the full court pressure now. Schwarting working against Benavides. Full court man-to-man pressure, so the Mustangs drop back and let him bring it up. They get it to Wagner. He can't get it to fall, but there's Rhett Conroy with the offensive rebound, and Rhett will have 2 free throws. They're going to give that foul to Quentin Baxter, and that is his first. So Rhett Conroy averages 5 points and 5 rebounds a game. His first free throw is good. Gets the Mustangs on the board, makes it 4-1 with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. And Rhett makes them both. 4-2, the lead has been cut in half. Benavides takes the high pass, dribbles around, gets it to Baxter. Baxter, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, off the back iron, no good, but rebounded by Bridgeport, and we're going to have a foul on the Mustangs. They're going to give that foul to Jared Nelson, and that is his first. 4-2, Mustangs trail by 2. Baxter for 3. That one's no good as it went off the top of the backboard and doesn't count, even though it did fall in. Mustangs with the ball. Now they'll get it into Schwarting, and he'll work against Benavides as he brings it up with 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Good ball handling by Ryan Schwarting. They get it to Nelson on the wing. Conroy, top of the key to Schwarting on the left wing. Puts it up, and that one's tipped around and pulled down by Benavides. Benavides over the top to Baxter, but a little too much over the top as it sails wide of the mark and out of bounds. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Mustangs will have it with 6:08 to go. Now Corby Campbell and Morgan Holbert into the game as Franzen and Wagner head to the bench. Schwarting works against Benavides. The Mustangs set it up. Schwarting drives in. Kicks it out for Conroy. Holbert for 3. That one won't go, but there's Rhett Conroy. Tough angle. Almost got it to go. Corby Campbell working inside. He can't get it to go. And as we saw from the girls' game earlier, this reffing crew doesn't like to call a lot of fouls. They're willing to let these kids play without calling a lot, and there's been a lot of contact. And that's how it's gone so far here as Baxter drops in his first 2 points of the afternoon, and it makes it 6-2. They'll get it ahead to Morgan Holbert with 5:20 to go. Campbell traveled with it. Mustangs had something going there in transition, but couldn't keep from turning it over. 5:18 left to go in the first quarter, and the Mustangs lead it 6-2. And now Ty Weborg into the game, gets it to Baxter up top. They'll get it down low for Dudden. He drives in. Now they'll pull it back out. Weborg back up top for Baxter. Man-to-man coverage by the Mustangs. Baxter all the way in. Nice move. Drives clear to the basket and puts that one in for 2 more Bulldog points. It's now 8-2. Under 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Morgan Holbert trying to get it in, and we're going to get a timeout called on the floor. Mustangs want to talk this one over. They trail at 8-2 with 4:39 to go in the first quarter. It's an icon, the most popular sports car in America. It is the Ford Mustang, and it's available at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. This 310 horsepower turbocharged beauty comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. The selectable driving modes allow you to choose between sport, track, snow and wet, or normal conditions. With an awesome sound system, this Mustang is ready to roll down the highway at 32 miles per gallon. Test drive the iconic Ford Mustang at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. So back to first quarter basketball action as the Mustangs get it in and defeat the press of the Bulldogs, and they go to work. Ryan Schwarting has it up top. Now he gets it to Nelson. Nelson, one dribble, puts it up. That's blocked and pulled down, and now we're going to have a foul on Nelson. Frustration foul that time as Jared Nelson has a shot blocked and then commits the foul. Substituting in for the Bulldogs now, we've got Jason Amatisse into the game, and he'll bring the ball up the floor. Also, Isaiah Mancias into the game now. They go inside for Mancias. He can't get the shot to go. Corby Campbell gets the rebound but slides out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover on the Mustangs, and back to the Bulldogs with 4:05 to go. Bridgeport keeping some fresh faces into the game. Amatisse, and he's going to be fouled by Morgan Holbert. First foul on Holbert, and the third team foul on the Mustangs. They get it into Baxter. Three-pointer on the way. Misses everything. Pulled down by Conroy, gets it ahead to Schwarting, and he'll bring it across. 3:55 to go first quarter. Working against Amatisse. Get it on the right wing. Now back up to the top of the key. That's Campbell. Schwarting, three-pointer on the way. Dropped it in. It's good. Ryan Schwarting gets on the board for the first time this afternoon. It's 8-5, and we're at the 3-minute and 30-second mark of the first quarter. Up top for Baxter. And another three-pointer that time. That, I believe, was Amatisse. 3 points for him makes it 11-5. 3:15 to go now in the first quarter. And back to a 6-point lead after the Mustangs had cut it to just 3. Amatisse doing a great job on Schwarting, not letting him get started. Now Campbell looks inside for Holbert, and it's taken away by Bridgeport. They get it ahead to Amatisse, lays it in for 2 more. And the Bulldogs wasted no time putting points on the board here. It's 13-5. We're under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Schwarting brings it across. Good man-to-man defense being played by the Bridgeport Bulldogs so far. Holbert gets it to Campbell at the top of the key to Schwarting. Thought about the 3. Mustangs just with no room to work in this, against this tight defensive coverage. Rosane drives all the way in. Now he goes back up top. Now they'll swing it around to Campbell. Campbell drives into the lane, shot up and good. Good aggressive play that time by Corby Campbell. Makes it 13-7, 2:10 to go. Baxter dribbles to his left, puts up the shot, and a floater that falls in there. Gonna have to keep a hand in his face or more all afternoon long. It's 15-7, under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Holbert working on the right wing, drives in, kicks it out for Campbell. On the wing for Schwarting. Schwarting can't get that one to go. Rebound pulled down by Baxter, and back the other way come the Bulldogs. Ametiste now on the wing. They work it down low, and that one is good. That's Isaiah Mancias with his first two of the game. Makes it a 10-point lead now, 17-7 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Schwarting gives Ametiste the slip. Gives to Corby Campbell, but his shot is partially blocked. And now they're going to get a steal from Ametiste here, and then Ametiste is going to commit the foul. Mustangs will keep the basketball. And that'll be Ametiste's first foul. And just the second team foul on Bridgeport. So now 5 fresh Bulldog faces into the game for Bridgeport. Franzen back in for the Mustangs. He replaces Morgan Holbert. 1:07 to go. It's 17-7. Mustangs trailing early here. Benavidez back in as Rosane loses the handle out of bounds, and it'll be Bridgeport basketball with under a minute to go now here in the first quarter. Benavidez, top of the circle, dribbles to his right. Now back to the top of the circle. Now they find Dudden. Dudden looks inside, tipped away, but picked back up. That's Pankowski working with it. Now kick it outside. Dudden drives to the baseline, kicks it back up top, but over top of everybody, and that's going to be a backcourt violation on Bridgeport. Mustangs will get the turnover with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They trail this one 17-7. So Benavidez making life difficult on Ryan Schwarting. Ryan drives all the way in, puts up the floater, and knocks it down. 5 on the afternoon for Schwarting. Makes it 17-9. We're under 15 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Hartman. And a nice drive, but he can't finish it. That was Pankowski as we're under 10 seconds to go. Schwarting coming up the floor, trying to get the shot off. Puts it up and rattles it home at the buzzer. Nice job by Ryan Schwarting. Great court awareness that time. Knocks down the three-pointer. Makes it just a 5-point deficit as we head to the second quarter. It's Bridgeport 17 and Gordon-Rushville 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. First of all, we have a blue Ford with license plate number 60.
This is my 2012 Ford Focus from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I bought this car for short trips around the area and thought that I was getting an inexpensive disposable car. What I got was a roomy, comfortable, well-built car that gets outstanding fuel economy. It's great for going to Lincoln for a Husker game. I consistently get above 35 miles per gallon, and it comes in a package that is surprisingly comfy and fun to drive. You can test drive a Ford Focus at your Sheridan County Ford dealer. Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville.
Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. They specialize in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles and what they might do for your insurance rates. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call them at 282-2080. Back to basketball action. Second quarter just underway. Ryan Schwarting gets it to Jared Nelson on the right wing. Campbell, top of the key. Schwarting drives inside, finds Ben Wagner, but they're going to be a foul on the floor. They're going to call that on Mitch Dudden, and that'll be his first. So the Mustangs come out trying to be a little bit more aggressive here in the second quarter as they trail this one by 5. Nelson works in with a little scoop shot. That won't go. Rebounded and quickly ahead to Mitch Dudden. Pull-up jumper off glass. That one won't go. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. That's Baxter, and he's fouled on the putback try. And Quentin Baxter will head to the free throw line. He'll have 2. And they're going to give that foul to Ben Wagner. That is his first. And that is 4 team fouls now on the Mustangs. 7:33 to go, second quarter. Mustangs trail this one 17-12 as the first free throw falls off, no good. And Baxter will have one more. Baxter's second free throw falls in, and it's 18-12. Bulldogs keep that full court pressure, and that one's stolen away by Baxter, and then he throws it off of Nelson out of bounds. Bulldogs will maintain possession of it. Good job that time by Baxter. This will be inbounded by Pankowski. Gets it into Pappas, and then he throws it away, and we're going to have another backcourt violation on the Bulldogs. That's 2 here in the first half. Mustangs will get this one back with 7:26 to go before the half, and they trail it 18-12. 3 team fouls for Bridgeport, 4 team fouls for the Mustangs. Corby Campbell dribbles to his right, hands it off to Jared Nelson. He leaves it for Conroy, traveled with it, but no call. Schwarting comes around, three-pointer up and on the way. That one's off, no good, and rebounded by Pankowski. Gets it ahead to Baxter. He brings it up the right side, being guarded by Corby Campbell. Been man-to-man defense the whole way for both of these teams. Pankowski, top of the key. Now they go down low for Pappas. Pappas puts the shot up. Good, tough shot, but won't go. Pankowski with the rebound, and the putback is good. And we got a timeout on the floor called by the Mustangs. 6:49 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs trail 20-12.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Glad you could join us on this cold and wintry day. It's time to winterize things, and if you haven't done it yet, you definitely better get after that. Stop down at Gordon True Value today, where Buck and his crew will get you fixed up with everything you need to thaw out or prevent things from freezing up. Stop by and see them at Gordon True Value, downtown Gordon today. Ready to get basketball action going here again in the second quarter, coming out of the Mustang timeout. Gordon-Rushville trails this one 20-12, 6:49 left to go in the first half. Campbell inbounds it to Schwarting. He works against Benavidez, now back in there for the Bulldogs. Schwarting brings it across, gets it to Nelson. Nelson drives into the lane, tried to get it to Ben Wagner. Miscommunication that time, throws it away. Turnover on the Mustangs, and it'll be Bridgeport basketball with 6:35 to go in the second quarter. Dudden brings it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Benavidez gets it to Baxter. Baxter dribbles in, kicks it out. Dudden for 3. High arcing shot. That one won't go, and rebounded by Corby Campbell. Campbell tried to get it ahead living kind of on the ragged edge there as he got it back and gets it to Jared Nelson. Nelson tried to kick it back, but nobody home. Tracked down there by Ryan Schwarting. Gets it up top for Conroy, swings it around, nearly stolen by Baxter, but Nelson, he has it poked away. Schwarting back with it. The Mustangs not doing a very good job of hanging on to the basketball here. Lucky to get these back, and now we've got an offensive foul called on the Mustangs. That's going to be against Campbell with the offensive foul. That's his first. And it is the 5th team foul now on the Mustangs. Under 6 to go now as Dudden sets it up, gets it to Pappas. Back to Dudden on the left wing. Dudden guarded closely, gets it to Pappas. Back to Benavidez. They work it inside, but tipped away. Taken away by the Mustangs, and here they come. Ryan Schwarting in the corner for Campbell. Over the top, gets it to Nelson. Three-pointer up, and good. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time by Jared Nelson. He gets on the board for the first time this afternoon. Cuts it to 5 at 20-15. 5:20 to play in the second quarter. Baxter with the shot, trying to answer. That won't go. Back iron pulled out by Corby Campbell. Gets it to Schwarting. Schwarting drives in off glass, and good. Ryan Schwarting with 2 more. He's got 9 on the afternoon. Cuts the lead to just 3 as we approach the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Benavidez on the wing, dribbles around, gets it to Baxter. Baxter all the way into the lane, and he has it stripped. Pappas tries to put it up, but he is going to be fouled, and they're going to get Corby Campbell with his second foul. 2 quick fouls now on Corby Campbell. That'll put Pappas at the line for 2 free throws. 4:52 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs trail this one 20-17 as the first free throw by Pappas is no good. The Mustangs with a couple of substitutions, Franzen and Wagner back in there now. Amatisse and Nelson now in for Bridgeport as the second free throw is good by John Pappas. That makes the score 21-14 with 4:52 to go. Amatisse now working on Ryan Schwarting. Brings it across and sets it up. Mustangs working here. Franzen in the corner. Now to Holbert. He gets it back out to Schwarting. Schwarting working against his own defense now. They work it inside, try to get it to Ben Wager, but that's taken away by Amatisse, and back the other way come Bridgeport. That one's tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. 4:16 to go, 21-17 is the Bridgeport lead. Amatisse looks to inbound it. He gets it into Nelson. Nelson to Baxter up top. Thought about the three-pointer, passed it up. Now he drives into the lane, puts up the shot. It is good. Quentin Baxter knows what to do with the basketball. He's got 9 on the afternoon. 4 minutes to go before the half, 23-17. Franzen for 3. Missed it all. Tipped out of bounds by Ben Wagner. It'll be Bridgeport basketball with 3:53 to go in the second quarter. Amatisse brings it up. Gets it ahead to Nelson. Back to Amatisse. Dribbles to his left at the top of the key. Mustangs now in a 2-3 zone defense here. So both teams now switching up their defense and playing a little bit of zone as we get towards the second part of the second quarter. Nelson gets it to Baxter. He gets it quickly back to Amatisse. Drives baseline and taken away by Rhett Conroy that time. And then they're going to say that Rhett traveled with it as he was trying to find the outlet pass there. And they'll give it right back. 3:25 to go now before the half. 23-17. Mustangs trail by 6. Mitch Dudden comes back into the game. He'll replace John Pappas in the Bridgeport lineup. Jared Nelson checks in for the Mustangs. And he's going to take the place of Ben Wagner. Mustangs with 6 team fouls, so the next one puts Bridgeport in the 1-on-1 bonus. Amatisse trying to find somebody to inbound it to. He gets it into Pankowski. Pankowski back to Amethyst. They swing it around. Baxter pulls it back out, skip it across to Dudden. Now back to Baxter on the wing. Nelson down in the corner. Inside for Pankowski, finds Baxter cutting to the rim down the lane. That's too easy, way too easy for Quentin Baxter. And it's 25-17. We're under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Schwarting brings it out top, throws it to, tried to get it to Jared Nelson, but it's taken away by Andrew Nelson. Now they'll get it to Dudden. Baxter, good head fake. In the corner for Amethyst. Three-pointer on the way is good. And Jason Amethyst with a pair of three-pointers here pushes the lead to 11. It's 28-17 with 2:36 to go in the first half. And so after the Mustangs had cut the lead to just 3, it swelled back to 11. Mustangs trail this one 28-17, 2:36 to go in the second quarter.
This is the 2013 Ford Explorer that I bought from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville, and it is awesome. It has the sync system and My Ford Touch that allows me to control everything with ease. Climate control, navigation, entertainment. I can even connect my smartphone for hands-free dialing. The all-wheel drive feature of the Ford Explorer might be what I like the best. This is the most sure-footed vehicle I have ever owned, and it is terrific on snow and ice, which I really love this time of year. Stop in and check out a Ford Explorer today.
Back to basketball action here as Ryan Schwarting nearly got hung up just as he crossed half court. They get it to Rhett Conroy, tipped out of bounds by Dudden. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Good defense that time by the Bulldogs, able to get a hand in the passing lane and tip that one out of bounds. 2:25 to go in the second quarter. Jared Nelson gets it into Morgan Holbert. Picks it up, working around to Schwarting. Schwarting on the wing, back to Holbert at the top of the key. Nelson on the wing. They go over the top to Schwarting. Dangerous pass. Holbert drives in, kicks it out for Nelson. Now they'll swing it down. Driving baseline is Schwarting. Conroy back to Holbert. Now back to Schwarting, nearly taken away, tipped out of bounds by Andrew Nelson. It'll stay with the Mustangs as we're under 2 minutes to go now in the second quarter. And the Mustangs are going to throw that one away. It's a race for it, but Schwarting gets it gathered back up. Thought Amethyst was going to beat him to it. Now they do throw it away. Tried to get it right back to Morgan Holbert on the left wing, out of bounds. And back to the Bulldogs. 1:53 left to go in the first half. Amethyst sets it up. Dudden drives in, kicks it back out for Pankowski. They'll skip it across for Baxter. Baxter on the wing, tees it up for 3. That one's no good. And the long rebound comes down to Jared Nelson. He gets it quickly ahead, but tipped out of bounds by Amethyst. No, not out of bounds. Taken back away, and Andrew Nelson lays that one up and in. From this angle, looked like he tipped it out of bounds. Oh, I see. It went off of the ref. Went off of the ref and came back in, and the referee is part of the playing field or playing surface. And so the Bridgeport Bulldogs get the benefit of the nice bounce off of the ref that time to make the lead 30-17 as we are approach 1 minute left to go in the half. Morgan Holbert back up top for Nelson. Nelson working against Amethyst. They'll get it to Holbert. Back to Nelson. Schwarting in the corner. Mustangs not moving here on offense against this zone. Nelson for 3 is good. Jared Nelson has 6, both of them from long range. Here in the first half, we're under 45 to go. Amethyst drives in. It's a 10-point Bridgeport lead. Three-pointer on the way from Dudden. That one's short. Picked up by Andrew Nelson, and he's going to be fouled by Rhett Conroy. And we'll have 2 shots coming. Rhett Conroy picks up his first foul. And that puts Andrew Nelson at the line for a pair of free throws with 33.2 seconds left to go in the first half. First free throw is good for Nelson. Makes it 31-20. Back to an 11-point lead as Pappas and Benavides check in. Dudden and Pankowski come out for the Bulldogs. Nelson's second free throw is also good. Makes it a 12-point game, 32-20. 30 seconds left in the first half. Schwarting working against Benavidez. Nelson at the top of the key. Under 20 to go in the first half. Nelson all the way down baseline, finds Rhett Conroy. Nice look, misses the easy layup that time. And Baxter back the other way, under 10 seconds. Benavidez traveled with it. Mustangs will get it back with 7.9 seconds left. Schwarting, 5 seconds to go. Schwarting dribbles up in the corner for Nelson. On the way, good! Three-pointer at the buzzer for Jared Nelson. He's got 9, courtesy of 3 3-pointers. So long range dialed in for Jared Nelson. And the first half comes to an end. Mustangs trail this one by 9, 32-23. We'll step aside, be back with some unofficial scoring totals after this.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville is your Sheridan County Ford dealer. They have an excellent service department that works on all makes and models. So why would you drive hours to buy a car from someone you will never see again when you can do business locally with a dealer who will stand behind their product and has the service department to back it up? Sides in Milburn Ford will help you find the right vehicle, and they will do it with the personal touch that only your hometown dealer can provide. Stop in at Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville. They're the people you can trust.
So let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals as we are at halftime. 32-23. The Mustangs trail by 9 here. For the Mustangs, Jared Nelson with 9 points and Ryan Schwarting also with 9. Rhett Conroy has 2 and Corby Campbell with 2, and that rounds out the scoring for the Mustangs. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, Quentin Baxter with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 points in the first half for Quentin Baxter. Jason Amatisse has 8. Mitchell Dudden has 2. Wyatt Pankowski with 4. Isaiah Mancias with 2. Andrew Nelson has 4. And John Pappas with 1 for the Bulldogs. And in terms of fouls, Mustangs, Corby Campbell and Jared Nelson each with 2 fouls apiece. Morgan Holbert, Rhett Conroy, and Ben Wagner each with 1. And for Bridgeport, 3 players all with 1 foul apiece. Those would be Mitchell Dudden, Jason Amatisse, and Quentin Baxter, and all 3 of them have just the 1 foul. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the halftime break. Mustangs trail this one 32-23. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, look no further than Barb Scher of Scher Real Estate. Call Barb today at 282-1516, or you can stop by and see her in person at 300 South Main Street in Gordon. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in at 134 North Main Street in Gordon, or you can give them a call at 282-0050. And Essence in downtown Gordon provides beautiful, fresh-cut flower arrangements for any occasion. They also have a great selection of fine wines and gift items, including Kringle candles. You can find them at 117 North Main Street in Gordon. Grocery Mart in Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in at 228 North Main Street for all of your grocery needs. Also say thanks to today's fine video sponsors, Sides and Milburn Ford of Rushville, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment. 5.5 minutes, just time to run to the refrigerator and to the cabinet, grab yourself a handful of snacks and a drink, and be back in time for second half action between the Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. If you missed the action from earlier today, the girls, Mustang girls, took down the Bridgeport Bulldogs by a final score of 54-37. They used a 17-6 third quarter run to extend the lead and put that one out of reach for the Mustangs as they coast to the nice 17-point victory, 54-37. They'll face off against the winner of the next game here in the Alliance Holiday Tournament, as Alliance and Mitchell will square off, and so the Mustangs will face the winner of that ball game. As we look ahead and compare some records here, Alliance comes in with a record of 1-4, Mitchell at 4-3, and Mitchell with that 4-3 record is rather deceiving, as they have played a brutal schedule in the early going. They have wins against Class B Scotts Bluff, Class B Gearing, and an outstanding Hemmingford team. Their losses to Omaha Gross, Chadron, and Wyoming's Southeast. So going to be an interesting matchup here in the next game between the Alliance Bulldogs and the Mitchell Tigers. 4 minutes left to go in the halftime break. We're just about ready to get things going again. We'll step aside one last time and be back with second half basketball action from the Alliance Holiday Tournament. Thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2014. Hi, I'm Clint Anderson, and I hope you enjoyed today's game. Wherever we're broadcasting from, you can bet that I got there in a Ford vehicle from Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. I've been a Sides and Milburn customer for over 20 years, and I can't imagine going anywhere else to buy or trade vehicles. I may be able to find a cheaper vehicle somewhere else, but the hometown service I get at Sides and Milburn Ford is worth way more than a trip to Rapid City or Denver. I hope you enjoyed today's game. And when you're ready to trade vehicles, stop in and see the good folks at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. It's an icon, the most popular sports car in America. It is the Ford Mustang, and it's available at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. This 310 horsepower turbocharged beauty comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. The selectable driving modes allow you to choose between sport, track, snow and wet, or normal conditions. With an awesome sound system, this Mustang is ready to roll down the highway at 32 miles per gallon. Test drive the iconic Ford Mustang at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. We are back at the Alliance Holiday Tournament and ready for second half action between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Mustangs on the short end here at halftime. They trail this one 32-23 and hoping to turn things around. They've trailed by as many as 11 and by as few as 3 at one point in the second quarter, but that lead is stretched back out to 9 here as we get ready, to get things started here in the third quarter. On the floor for the Mustangs, Schwarting, Nelson, Franzen, Wegner, and Conroy. And for Bridgeport, they'll get things started, inbound it to Baxter, and we are underway. Benavidez on the wing. Mustangs back to the man-to-man. Pankowski gets it to Dudden in the corner on its way for 3. Misses everything. Rebound, Brad Franzen. Franzen pulls that one down and gets it to Schwarting. He'll bring it up the left side for the Mustangs. Crosses the timeline, working against Benavidez. Gets the pick from Wegner. Works to the right wing. Pull-up jumper, long three-pointer is good. Ryan Schwarting starts things out the right way for the Mustangs. Cuts that lead to 6. It's 32-26. Inside for Pankowski. Tough angle shot that time by Pankowski, and the Mustangs come out of there with it. Nelson gets it ahead to Schwarting. Nelson skips it across to Franzen, and back up top for Nelson. They'll slow it down and reset. Nelson tries to cut inside, switched hands, and he's going to draw the foul. They're going to give that foul to John Pappas. That'll be his first. Mustangs get it into Rhett Conroy, and he's fouled. And that'll be 2 quick fouls on John Pappas. None in the first half for Pappas, and he comes out, and in 58 seconds he's got 2 here in the third quarter. That puts Rhett Conroy at the line. He'll have a pair of free throws. He's 2 for 2 this afternoon from the free throw line. But that one is no good. They need to quit bragging on him. 7:02 to go, 32-26 here in the third quarter. Conroy with one more. That one's on the way. That also no good. And the rebound pulled down by Baxter, and the Bulldogs come the other way. In the corner for Benavidez, and he traveled. Benavidez had a big travel right at the very end of the first half that allowed the Mustangs to get the ball back and pull back within 9 on the big three-pointer by Schwarting at the buzzer. And he gives it back to the Mustangs here as we're under 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Schwarting drives in against Benavidez. Little runner on the baseline won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Pankowski. And he gets it ahead to Dudden. They'll get it back out to Baxter up top and back to Dudden on the right wing. Baxter drives in. Can't get that one to go. Way underneath the basket. Can't get that one to fall. And the rebound pulled out of there and controlled by Ryan Schwarting. And they're going to say he traveled. A lot of traffic there as Schwarting tried to switch hands and work his way between 2 Bridgeport defenders. And they're going to call him for the travel. It'll be a turnover with 6:15 left to go third quarter. Mustangs trail by 6. Trying to hang in there. Pankowski strong to the basket, but he can't get it to go. Quickly ahead to Jared Nelson. Has it poked away. Schwarting is there. Picks it up. Left-handed shot. Can't get it to go. Pulled down by Pankowski. They've got Baxter all by himself. Reverse layup by Baxter, and that was a nifty-looking shot. And puts that one in. Makes it 34-26. 5:45 to go third quarter. Nelson sets it up. Top of the key. Pull-up jumper for 3. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net. 4 3-pointers on the afternoon by Jared Nelson. 34-29, the lead is cut to 5. On the wing, that is Logan Lynch, somebody we haven't seen in the ball game before, and it's tipped away as they tried to get it inside to Andrew Nelson. 5:22 left to go third quarter. Baxter wide open for 3, and he knocks that one down with ease. 37-29. The lead is back to 8. Schwarting works to the left wing. Pull up for 3. That one's no good. Pulled down by Baxter, and here he comes. They work it ahead to Pankowski, but it's kicked by Jared Nelson, and it'll stay with the Bulldogs. Holbert and Corby Campbell come in. They're going to replace Franzen and Wagner in the Mustang lineup. 5 minutes on the dot left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs trail by 8, 37-29. Hanging tough with this Bridgeport squad, trying to keep it close and have a chance at the end. Lynch gets it to Baxter. Now Baxter dribbles around, back to Lynch on the wing. Puts it on the floor and works it inside. Battle for it there. Ball comes loose, and somehow Pankowski able to get a timeout called, or maybe it came from the sideline. Either way, Bridgeport with the timeout. They'll give it to him with 4:44 left to go third quarter. Mustangs trail 37-29. We are so glad to be down here this afternoon, bringing this ball game to you. I know that it's cold outside. The roads aren't very good getting down here, and so for everybody at home, glad to have you along with us, watching us on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net as we bring you these games. And we certainly couldn't be here today without our fine sponsors. Say thanks to these folks. Let them know that you appreciate it. Stop in and just let them know you watched it on the internet, or send them a thank you. We've had grandparents send thank yous, and it really means a lot to these sponsors. Today's sponsors: Essence, the First National Bank of Gordon, Share Real Estate, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Bob Alcorn State Farm Insurance, Grocery Mart, Sides and Milburn Ford, Physical Therapy West, and Modern Farm Equipment. And we've got an offensive foul called against Baxter as he got to feeling it just a little too much. And that'll be his second foul. Mustangs get it back with 4:40 to go. 37-29, they trail by 8. Nelson brings it across the timeline, working against Baxter. Man-to-man defense by Bridgeport, nearly taken away. Nelson gets it back. Finds Rosane. That one's tipped away. Actually, they're going to say he just lost the handle and out of bounds. There was a little bit of contact there, and the turnover goes to the Bulldogs. 4:26 left to go third quarter. Ametiste now into the game here in the third quarter. Baxter on the right wing. Skip pass across to Lynch. Quickly to Ametiste. They work it inside. That's Nelson. He finds Baxter cutting to the hoop. And they're going to count the basket by Baxter. And he'll have a free throw coming. They're going to give that foul to Jared Nelson. That is his third. Quentin Baxter with a chance for the three-point play, and he converts it. 4:11 left to go third quarter. It's now 40-29, back to the biggest, equals the biggest lead of the game of 11 by the Bulldogs. Corby Campbell gets it in to Morgan Holbert. Now they got Holbert trapped in the corner. Gets it to Campbell. He gets it quickly ahead to Rosane. Rosane 2-on-1. Pulls up, gets it back to Campbell. Three-pointer on the way. That won't go. Rebound Baxter. We're under 4 to go in the third quarter. Thrown away, taken away by Corby Campbell. He gives it back. Now out of bounds. That's going to be off of Morgan Holbert. And back to the Bulldogs. Frantic, fast-paced action here. 3:48 left to go in the third quarter. 40-29. Bridgeport leads by 11. Logan Lynch gets it into Jason Ametiste. Around to Baxter. Baxter on the wing. Lynch back to Ametiste on the right wing. Mustangs back into a zone now. They work it down low for Nelson. And that one is an easy shot for him. The lay-in is good for Andrew Nelson. 3:31 to go. It's 42-39. Franzen gets it across to Corby Campbell. Pull-up jumper for Campbell off the front of the rim. Rebound by Baxter. Back the other way. Gets it ahead to Ametiste. All the way in. Lays it up. And good for two more. Jason Ametiste has 10 on the afternoon. It makes it 44-29 with 3:08 to go. And Bridgeport making a little bit of a run here. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Mustangs. 30-second timeout with 3:04 to go in the third quarter. It is Bridgeport 44 and Gordon-Rushville 29. We will be here tomorrow afternoon. Got to check the schedule here as we try and give you give you the right information. The boys, if the boys win, they would play at 5:30 tomorrow night. If they lose, they play at 2:30. We already know that the girls will be in the championship game, and that is at 4 o'clock. So make sure you're certainly here by 4 o'clock. And then the boys will either play immediately before or immediately after that game, either 2:30 or 5:30, but certainly a 4 o'clock start for the girls' championship game as they'll face off against either Alliance or Mitchell. 3:04 left to go, third quarter in this one. Mustangs trail by 15 at this point, 44-29. Brad Franzen gets it in to Jared Nelson. He works against Mitch Dudden. Nelson brings it across the timeline, switches hands behind the back. Back to the man-to-man by Bridgeport. Morgan Holbert on the right wing. Corby Campbell up top to Nelson on the left wing. He dribbles to his right. Finds Corby Campbell somehow inside. Campbell misses the short jumper, and Bridgeport comes out of there with it. 2:30 to go. Dudden quickly ahead to Lynch. Three-pointer by Lynch on the way. That one's off, no good. Rebounded by Nelson, and we're going to get a foul on Andrew Nelson as he collided with Jared Nelson. And that should be his first. Now they're going to say it's his second. 2 fouls. Well, now they put 3 up there. They just keep adding to it. They're going to say that's the 3rd foul on Nelson. And now we've got a substitute, a late sub by the Mustangs. As Franzen comes out, Wyatt Rosane back in now for Gordon-Rushville. 2:26 to go, 44-29. Mustangs with some work to do. Nelson brings it up the floor, works against Dudden. On the wing for Rosane, inside for Ben Wagner. Wild shot, off glass, no good. Battle on the floor, Wagner gets it back, can't get that one to go, and it's pulled out of there by Mancias. He gets it ahead. That is Ty Weborg bringing it up the floor. Now they'll work it back inside for Mancias. Oh, that's an easy 2 more for Isaiah Mancias. He's got 4 on the afternoon. 1:50 to go, 46-29 is the score. Third quarter action from the Alliance Holiday Tournament. Nelson brings it across and sets it up. Nelson drives down, leaves it for Campbell, but it's picked off by Nelson. Excuse me. Weborg back to Dudden. Mancias saves it. Lynch can't get that one to fall, but Mancias gets it back. Scramble for it underneath. Mancias with another shot, can't get that one to fall. And we're going to have a foul on Jared Nelson. That'll be his 4th. Nelson gave him a bump on the baseline. And 3 fresh Bulldogs check into the game. That's Pappas, Taylor Janisek, and Quentin Baxter back in for the Bulldogs. Baxter takes the inbounds pass, drives in, leaves it for Pappas. Pappas tried to get it back to Baxter, but it's kicked by the Mustangs, and it'll stay with Bridgeport with 1:08 to go. Again, like to thank Gracie Perez for her good camera work this afternoon, doing a tremendous job giving you some good views from a tough vantage point from up here at the far end of the court today. Quentin Baxter in the corner, dribbles to his left, skips it across. I think that's Ty Weborg with the shot. That won't go. Corby Campbell pulls down the rebound on his horse to the far end, lays it up off glass, and good. Corby Campbell aggressively, the length of the floor and all the way to the basket. 46-31. Weborg gets it inside to Pappas. Back to Weborg on the wing. Pappas, top of the circle. Dudden for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by Ben Wagner. Wagner, not a good decision to try and bring the ball up the floor against Baxter. Takes it away and lays it in for 2 more. Quentin Baxter has a bundle here this afternoon. Holbert dribbles through traffic, gets it ahead to Ben Wagner. High off the glass that time for Ben Wagner. He gets on the scoreboard, his first two, as we're under 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. They kick it out for Baxter. Three-pointer on the way. Drains another one. And the time runs out in the third quarter. Mustangs on the short end here, 51-33 as we head to the fourth quarter.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer, don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
So the big news in the third quarter is that Quentin Baxter went off for 13 points in the third quarter for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Quite an offensive showing as he dropped in a pair of three-pointers, 3 field goals, and a free throw. And Bulldogs trying to pull away here now as they lead 51-33 as we get the fourth quarter started. Wyatt Rosane on the left wing. Has it taken away. And there's Pankowski coming down and lays it in, and he's going to be fouled by Ben Wagner, and he'll be shooting a 1. That's Ben's second free throw or second foul of the afternoon. And it puts Pankowski at the line with a chance for the three-point play. It's now a 20-point lead at 53-33. And the free throw falls in. It is good. Makes it 54-33. It's a 21-point lead now. Early going of the fourth quarter. Full court pressure. Dribbled through by Morgan Holbert. Good job by Holbert that time. Gets it to Campbell. Hard to the rim. Contact, no call. Ball comes out. Dudden ahead to Quentin Baxter. Baxter finds Pankowski. Back to Benavidez. Dudden around to Baxter. Flips that one up. Won't go, and then contact, and it doesn't matter where he throws that thing up from. It's going in the hoop. 56-33, 2 more for Baxter with 7:05 to go in the fourth quarter. So increasingly looking like a 2:30 start for these Mustangs as Morgan Holbert is fouled, hits the floor. Maybe going to need to have some dental work done after that foul. They call that foul on Benavidez, and that is his first. 6:56 to go, fourth quarter, and it's 56-33 Bridgeport lead. Jared Nelson with the ball up top. Gets a pick from Ben Wagner, comes back the other way, loses the handle and gets it back. Drives into the lane. He's contact, no foul, but off glasses, Corby Campbell puts in 2 more. He's got 6 on the afternoon, makes it 56-35 as we approach the 6.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Quentin Baxter inside, he's fouled. He'll go to the line and he'll shoot 2. See who they gave that foul to. They gave it to Rhett Conroy. That's his second. So Baxter with 2 free throws. He doesn't need any more free chances at the hoop. But that one is short. That's about the only time the ball hasn't gone into the hoop this afternoon for this young man. He'll have one more opportunity here. And he missed them both. Rebounded by Pappas. Gets it back to Baxter. And that's a record. He's missed 2 in a row. That shot no good, but rebounded by Benavidez. Back to Baxter again, puts it on the floor. Little floater, that one won't go. And Benavidez, the Mustangs can't seem to get a rebound here. Back to Baxter up top, and he'll reset for the Bulldogs. Dudden on the wing, gets it to Baxter in the corner. Pulls up for three and nails that one. I guess he was too close when he's standing under the hoop. 59-35, we're under 6 to go. Nelson brings it across. All the way in, has it poked away. It'll stay with the Mustangs. 5:43 left in this one. As now Pankowski and Pappas come out of the game for the Bulldogs. Andrew Nelson back in along with Mancias. Mustangs swing it around. Jared Nelson in the corner, drives baseline, and they're going to call a blocking foul. They're going to call that one on Baxter. That is his third. Fourth team foul of the half for the Bulldogs. Mustangs inbound it. That's stolen away by Benavidez on the inbounds. Down the floor he comes, lays it up and in. Trevor Benavidez gets on the scoreboard, his first two of the afternoon, and it's 61-35. Under 5.5 to go now. Jared Nelson works right side. And now we've got Trace Bagan in the ball game for the Mustangs. So getting some experience for these young players. Nelson, that one's up and no good. Rebounded by Baxter. Baxter takes his time bringing it up the floor. 5 minutes left in this one. All the way in, gets it to Nelson, kicks it out to Benavidez, drives in, finds Nelson, loses the handle, taken away by Corby Campbell. Campbell ahead to Bagan. Bagan gets it ahead to Nelson, and he'll wait for everybody to catch up. Nelson, three-pointer top of the key is good. Jared Nelson has 5 baskets, and all 5 of them are from three-point land today. 15 points for him. 4.5 to go now. Mancias down low. Gets it back to Benavidez. Dribbles to the top of the key. Baxter, three-pointer on the way. That one's off, no good. Rebound by Dudden. His putback, no good. Rebounded by Trace Bagan for the Mustangs. Jared Nelson brings it up. Drives in, kicks it out. Campbell for three. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Corby Campbell. He's got 7 points in the second half and cuts the lead back to 20. It's 61-41 as we're under 4 minutes to go. And now we've got a timeout called by Bridgeport. 3:55 to go, fourth quarter. 61-21 is the score. Strong Insurance. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company offering all forms of insurance. Stop in at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And Buck and the gang at Gordon True Value can get you fixed up with just about anything you might need for your winterization projects. Stop in and see them at Gordon True Value, downtown Gordon. Agent Bob Alcorn of State Farm Insurance is proud to support the Mustangs. State Farm specializes in farm and ranch insurance. Be sure to ask them about impact-resistant shingles. Stop in at 127 North Main Street in Gordon or call them at 282-2080. 3:55 left to go in this one. Mustangs trail by 20, 61-41. So Amatisse. And we've got new faces in the game. That's Austin Hartman as it's stolen away. And all the way in is Morgan Holbert. Nice job on defense that time by Morgan Holbert. The steal goes coast to coast and puts it in 61-43. Hartman left side for Lynch. Lynch dribbles to the top of the key and across to Amatisse. Amatisse back to Lynch on the wing. Up to Hartman at the top, now to Amatisse on the right wing. Amatisse trying to get it inside for Mancias, but instead they swing it back around. Lynch works inside. That is Nelson. Gets his own rebound, puts that one back up and in, and Andrew Nelson has 2 more. That's 8 on the afternoon for Andrew Nelson. 3:04 left to go in this one. Holbert switches hands, kicks it out for Jared Nelson. Holbert for 3. Short off the front of the rim, rebound, Andrew Nelson. Ahead to Hartman, he gets it ahead to Lynch. Back to Hartman. Ametise on the left wing, skips it across for Lynch. Worked it inside for Andrew Nelson. The hoop and the foul. 2 more for Andrew Nelson and the foul. They're going to give that one to Rhett Conroy. That's his third. 2:42 to go, 65-43. Andrew Nelson trying to complete the three-point play, can't do it. Mancias with the rebound, throws that one up, but over the top. And it'll be Mustang basketball with 2:39 to go. And Bridgeport has applied full court man-to-man pressure the entire game, and they're not going to quit now. Morgan Holbert working against Lynch. Now he brings it across and gets it to Nelson. Under 2.5 left. Nelson dribbles down the lane. Scoop shot up, in and out, no good. Rebound Nelson. Andrew Nelson for the Bulldogs, that is. Gets it ahead to Hartman. Hartman across the timeline, switches hands, dribbles to his left. Lynch on the wing. They work it inside for Andrew Nelson. His shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Rhett Conroy. Quickly ahead to Morgan Holbert. Morgan pull up and can't get it to fall on the layup. He was distracted by, I think it was Lynch coming down. It's going to be Bridgeport basketball. Morgan's going to want to have that one back as he had a point-blank layup there and couldn't convert. Ametise now guarded closely by Nelson. Now he pulls it back. Comes across the timeline, gets it to Mancias, and back to Ametise is good for 3. And now we're going to get a foul on Lynch. Logan Lynch with his first foul of the afternoon. With 1:40 left to go in this one. And now a whole bunch of fresh Bridgeport faces in the game here. 68-43 is the score. And Morgan Holbert at the line as the Mustangs are now in the 1-1. And Mustangs will do the same as they'll bring in we'll have a whole bunch of players here to work through as we've got Ethan Yanni on the floor, Sean Combs, Lane Meeks, and Brady Bolender all in the game. Holbert's free throw no good. Rebounded by Bridgeport, but Holbert takes it away with the left hand, off glass and good. Nice job by Morgan Holbert. He's got 4 on the afternoon. Hartman still in there for Bridgeport, gets it ahead. Hard to keep track of all of these new faces and names here as we go. And Bridgeport's going to throw that one away. Young Mustang defenders playing man-to-man and doing a great job of it here. 1:16 left to go. Mustangs get it back. Lane Meeks will inbound this one to Brady Bolender. Bolender brings it up the floor. Mustangs trail 68-45. Mustangs will play at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon in the consolation game. And they'll face the loser of the Alliance Mitchell game. Bolender all the way underneath, out of bounds, but it's off of Bridgeport. That is Taylor Janicek that tipped it out of bounds, and the Mustangs maintain possession. Sean Combs now to inbound it for the Mustangs. Combs gets it into Bolender, or excuse me, that's Bagan. He gets it to Bolender, kicks it out, and Combs can't handle it. Turnover by the Mustangs with 56 seconds left to go. So Caden Hall inbounds it for the Bulldogs and gets it to Hartman. Hartman brings it across the timeline, guarded by Bolender. They get it outside. That one's off, no good. Mustang basketball as the Bulldogs couldn't control the rebound. Brady Bolender brings it up for the Mustangs. 40 seconds left in this one. Tipped out of bounds off of Hartman. Austin Hartman had his hand out there in the lane and knocked it away. Sean Combs gets the inbound and gets it back to Bolender. Bolender works to his left. Back to Combs on the wing. He has it poked away, gathers it back up, and then taken away. Contact, no foul, and we're going to say he carried it. That is Ethan Marks on the steal, and as he was bringing it up the floor, they'll say he carried it, turned it over. Mustang basketball, under 25 to go now. More full court pressure by Bridgeport. Meeks tries to find somebody to get it into. Instead, he finds Austin Hartman. Nearly thrown away by Bridgeport again as we're under 20 seconds. Three-pointer on the way. That one misses everything. Put back is no good. Pulled down by Bacon. Gets it ahead to Bolander. Through traffic. Gets it to Lane Meeks. His shot up. That one won't go. Rebounded by Eric Stevens for the Bulldogs. Stevens puts up the long shot at the buzzer. That's no good. And the final score, 68-45. Mustangs fall to the Bridgeport Bulldogs. So the Mustangs, tomorrow's broadcast schedule. The boys' consolation game will be tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, followed by the girls in the championship game at 4 o'clock. So from the Alliance Holiday Tournament, the boys fall by a final score of 68-45. Let's take a quick look. Let's total up some unofficial scoring totals if we can. Bear with me here as I try to do the math as we go. So Ryan Schwarting was 6, 8, 10, 12 points for Ryan Schwarting on the afternoon. Corby Campbell with 9. Morgan Holbert had 4. Rhett Conroy had 2. Jared Nelson with 15, all 5 shots from the three-point line for Jared Nelson today. And Ben Wagner finished with 2. For Bridgeport, John Pappas with 1. Trevor Benavidez with 2. Mitchell Dudden with 2. Jason Amatis added 13. Wyatt Pankowski with 7. Quentin Baxter, I'm going to need an abacus to count all of these up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 19, 24, 26, 29 points on the afternoon for Quentin Baxter. Holy cow. Isaiah Mancias scored 4, and Andrew Nelson with 10. That is the unofficial scoring for the afternoon as the Mustangs fall 68-45. Earlier in the afternoon, the Mustang girls came out on the winning end as they knocked off the Bridgeport Bulldogs by a final score of 54-37. So they'll face off against the winner of the Alliance Mitchell matchup, which is coming up next. And they'll play that game at 4 o'clock. And immediately preceding that will be the 2:30 game where the Gordon-Rushville boys will take on the loser of Alliance and Mitchell. So glad to have you with us today on a cold and wintry afternoon. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow afternoon. Coverage will start sometime around 2:30, a little bit ahead of that, we hope, and be ready to bring you more great basketball action. So thanks again for joining us on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang basketball 2014. This is Clint Anderson saying we'll see you tomorrow.